2, 1. Hey, you already know who it is, where it is, and what it is. Fear Coach here, Demecos Chambers here, and we got Mark ass being the Mark.
I'm here.
Exactly.
Hey, chill out, cuz.
All right.
Chill out, cuz. We ain't on that no more, cuz.
We got Mark in here.
We got Mark, as my family would say. Mark.
Okay. Mark Anthony.
Hey, you can find me on Facebook as Mark Anthony. You can find me on IG as BenSocial.distancing. And then you can follow us on IG, Black Men and Cigars Podcast. You can follow us on
Okay, yeah, I think they get
YouTube.
the hint. I think they get the hint.
Black
They're gonna
Men
see
and
the logos
Cigars.
in the video.
No, they need to know.
But
That's right.
But hold on. So as you all, we had a great podcast yesterday. You know, we had one of my big bros in yesterday. We had a great show, and today we're gonna have another great show. Another one. All right. And this time, this is another one of my big bros, man. This is like a mentor, big bro, big mentor, business bro for me. James don't know, but James has been a lot for me over the long time. James has seen me through many financial transitions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, James is, before I introduce him by trade and everything, I just want to say that, you know, he's not only an expert at what he does, but he's also been an inspiration, a business inspiration. Before we get into all that, his name is James Williams. He's the best accountant.
Oh, shit.
You know, he's been my accountant since I told him the other day. I said, damn, you know, you've been my accountant since I was 21?
That's a long
20,
time.
bro.
For sure,
That's a
for
long
sure.
time, bro.
I remember that, though.
That's
like,
bro. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
And yeah. So James, the best accountant in the city. But go ahead, James. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up? I'm James. I guess that's the
James, the entrepreneur.
Yeah, I'm an entrepreneur. I find accounting fun. It's like I can help people understand what they have no idea about what they're doing. When I met Mikos, we was working a day job.
Tell him, talk to him. We ain't even gonna get a company no light, but we.
I ain't giving the company
we
no light. I mean, he'll tell you. I used to take 2-hour lunch breaks to go.
Oh my God! Oh my
Bruh,
God!
I did that.
Bruh, James used to stay going on lunch, bro.
Was it he took the lunch break and you had to cover for him?
No.
You just
First
gone.
off,
I
James,
just left.
it was only like you.
It was only me.
Yeah, it was only like James was. It was probably you and one other guy that did what you did.
Yeah. No one else did what I did. So
Oh,
it was
okay.
just me. So I felt the need.
James an engineer, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm that too.
I thought you just worked at accounting and corporate.
No,
Never.
that's the thing.
I've never done that.
James is like an engineer, bro.
So this is what happened, right? So I became an engineer. I designed cell phone networks. It was cool. I'm all over the country doing this. I'm making all this money. So I said, man, you know what? I want to go to school for accounting because it's cool to make it, but it's cool in June, but come January, I don't want to pay them taxes.
Gotcha.
So I went to school for accounting. And now I got, all through my PhD, I got the PhD in this stuff. Now I'm like,
You got a PhD in accounting?
I got a PhD in business, period.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have my undergrad in accounting, I have an MBA, and my PhD is in organizational leadership.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, so
That's what I got
had
my
to
master's in.
Okay, cool. So you understand?
Yeah.
It was more paperwork than anything.
Right.
And I did that. Now I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to pay these taxes. Then I start. So while I was in school, as they're going over, okay, well, this is how you write off a car. I'm studying the loopholes. I'm studying what they don't say, because we were told as black people, right, a car is the worst investment in the world.
Yep. Big
So
facts.
when the first day of accounting school, there's 3 ways to write off a car. I'm like, whoa, 3 ways to do anything. That means it ain't a bad thing. And then you can switch it if you switch accountants. You can switch how you write it off, right? So everything that is usable has a useful life. So now there's okay, well, you can write off a car. A car has a useful life of 5 years, which is typically why you finance it for 5 years. So you have a salvage value of that car. Let's just use $30,000, right?
All right.
The salvage value is $5,000, which means the useful life is 5 years or $25,000.
Right.
You can depreciate that every year, 5 years over,
Okay.
5,000 over 5 years.
That's how much depreciates off the car.
Right.
Okay,
So,
gotcha.
but that's for your tax standpoint.
That's crazy.
That is
That's crazy.
the
That's
useful
25.
life. That's a useful life.
Yeah.
Now you have mileage. Mileage, at some point, you're going to break even to where the mileage pays off the car, right?
Okay.
On paper.
Yeah.
If you keep driving that car, you keep writing off the miles.
Right.
So how is that a bad investment? That's what I'm like, wait a minute. I'm confused because if I could write this thing off for 400, 500,000 miles,
Right.
I surpassed that. Now it's profitable, right? But they don't tell you that. And the third way is you got depreciation, you have useful life, and mileage. Well, yeah. So I'm like, wait a minute. None of this is making any sense. But it's but it does make sense. And then if you surpass the useful life that you thought it was going to be, you can recertify the useful life on your books. Give you an example. You guys seen the United airplane that fell out the sky, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So do you know the useful life of an airplane? Do you know how many years?
7?
10.
Oh, okay.
10 years of useful life of an airplane. You know how old the airplane was that fell out the sky?
How long?
26.
Get the hell out of here.
That's a Spirit? That wasn't a Spirit, huh?
It was
That
United
was
Airlines.
United, yeah,
So
United.
just think what Spirit get.
Exactly. Shoot, Spirit will fall apart at the gate.
Spirit
first
is made
plane.
of salvage helicopters. That's
Right.
what those planes made out of.
Right. So I'm like, man, I'm finding this stuff out, and I'm like, the useful life is 10 years, and they just keep recertifying it, right? Which means they're gonna keep writing it off.
Oh.
They keep writing it off. So you write it off 10 years, right? Let's say you do what they call accelerated depreciation, right?
Yeah.
That means you could write everything off. The 10 years, you could write it off and say 2.5 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
After that, it hits the 10 years. Well, technically, it's still usable. So you can redo it, and now it's another 10 years. But you already wrote it off the first time.
Right.
When I tell you, man, accounting is one big gray area.
Hold on, so you can just keep flipping the write-off?
That's the problem with accounting.
As long as you had a product, you can just keep flipping the vehicle.
And it's crazy. And it's legal. And you can do it, and it's like...
Nobody ever told me that.
No, and it's like the stuff that you can do in accounting is just amazing.
So with that, so you said it's 3 ways. Mm-hmm. Can you know, are those stackable? Can you do that all at once?
You can't stack it.
Okay, got you.
So it's if you pick mileage,
yeah,
that means you got mileage forever.
Gotcha. Oh, wow.
The only way you can switch it is if you switch accountants, and the new accountants say, well, you don't really use it that much.
Gotcha.
Let's switch it over to the useful life.
So which one would you say is best case scenario you should go with? Mileage
it depends on you.
Okay.
So I drive a lot.
Okay.
Right. So it was mileage, but now I start flying more. It ain't mileage no more. But how often do you get rid of your cars? Do you swap them out? Right. Yeah. We live in Atlanta. Let's just be honest. Yeah. We live the floss. So we're gonna swap them cars out every 2-3 years.
4 years. Yeah.
Right. So now it's like, well,
no, y'all do.
First off, this fool done went through 17 cars.
I ride on the brakes.
4
What you
years.
mean?
Out of the brakes.
I don't care if the wheels fall off. I'm riding on
cars
hook.
I don't ever see.
That's the old me.
But here's the thing.
And you got a wife now, so you definitely swapping cars.
Did you write it off on your taxes?
I got a tax break for it.
Tax break. So is it a?
I got to come back to you.
I know that, man.
Yeah. You tried to do what I did this last year.
This is just for radio, dog. This is just for radio. Okay.
So tried to do what I did last year.
When I ask you,
right.
So when I asked you that because as a person go to the dealership, buy a car, you can't do anything. No write-offs or nothing.
Got you.
You put it under a business.
Right.
100% write-off.
Right.
See,
100%.
So that's
every
why
year
I
going
said,
forward, I'm putting my card in my business.
100%.
Yeah, because your last car, you was like a Flintstone mobile. You was running on the ground with it, and you couldn't have wrote none of that off. You had to write the mileage on your feet off.
Bro, that was when I tell you I wrote that car paid fully for itself.
Boy.
Listen, I think I was the only person in North Carolina at that time with a car that had over 340,000 miles.
Bro.
I would have ordered you off the strength.
Right?
This ain't real. This ain't
40,000 miles, dog.
Man, I rode the wheels.
He had a thought mobile. He had to,
literally.
He had to
That's
keep.
look, I drove that car like somebody flew a plane across the South. Everywhere in the South, I was with that.
That's funny. Man.
All right. So how in the hell did you go? All right, so we get the accounting right how you went. But again, I met you when you were engineer.
Yeah, I was fat as hell when I met you.
Big as hell.
Yeah,
we was gonna get to that. We're gonna definitely get to the weight loss.
Story. Okay, cool.
Man, yeah, James was.
You could fit you could fit this bottle of water on my stomach, standing up.
Bro, James was
standing
big
up
as hell.
like for sure. Yeah,
the thing about James was cool as hell. Everybody was cool with James in the office. Everybody, especially the girls. And
bro,
well, I mean, this was the old you. This was the old you. This was
if you ain't had no girl 10 years ago,
right,
exactly.
She wasn't around
still
10
be
years
concerned.
ago when you was shooting in the gym. I'm just playing. No.
This the gym, baby. This the gym.
Right. He still gonna shoot every now and then, you know. But James was big as hell, man. But he was cool as hell, and he knew a lot about a lot of outside work stuff. So aside from the work stuff, if we needed any type of business advice, especially relating to taxes, James always knew, but I never knew how. I'm like, he's not in accounting.
Nah.
Why are we? But I went to him, I trusted him, and he's, again, like I said, been taking care of me since then. But what I want to know is, how did you get to becoming an engineer? Because you were the SciTech engineer, was it?
No, I was a radio frequency.
Radio frequency engineer, RF engineers, making stupid bank back then, especially.
Ridiculous.
But you were the only black man that was doing it. How did you even find out that was a career field for you? Because you from From Buffalo, right?
Buffalo, New York, yeah.
Yeah. What was that journey to get into that point?
It's very simple. It's not what you know, it's who you know. My cousin was an engineer, and he was the man. He was like, yo, bro, we're going to make this work for you. We're going to put you on this job, and you're going to figure it out. So I'm 19 years old, not knowing how to dress, not knowing how to speak. He got me a job in Richardson, Texas. No, I'm sorry. My first job was in Los Angeles.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So I left New York. I go to Los Angeles, bro. So I'm thinking, I'm like, all right, I'm going to figure this out.
He envious now.
Listen, nah, nigga, I was scared as hell. Because I'm in L.A., I'm by myself. I don't know nobody. And all of a sudden, I go from making $6.25 an hour.
Damn.
And I'm making like $1,400 a week.
Your cell phone password.
Hold on, doing RF engineering?
No, this is where I got to be RF
Oh,
engineer.
okay.
So now this is doing like base station work.
Oh, okay,
right?
gotcha.
So now I'm learning about phones.
Gotcha.
So, but I'm getting all this money. I'm like, man, I am balling in my head.
So you learned it on the job?
Yeah, pretty much.
Did you have it? What was the education requirement?
They didn't know that.
Oh,
No,
wow.
the requirement was you had to have a engineering degree and all that. All that was fake.
Keep going.
Yeah, you know that working in.
Hey,
sure.
hey, keep going. I love that though.
So,
keep going.
so I faked everything. I had a. If anybody was really looking at it, I had a 10-year-old resume and I was 19. It didn't make any sense, right?
That's a genius.
Right. So I'm like, I'm listening to keywords.
Hey, if you gonna finesse
it,
Little
right?
prodigy.
So I'm there, I'm listening to keywords, and I'm just picking up words. Okay, all right, mental database. I'm learning, making all this money, and I'm like, man, I'm not studying anything. I'm just going to figure this out. So, I'm going from contract. So we did contracts. Yeah. Every contract was more money. Wow. So I'm 19, I hit 20, I'm more money. Right? Wow. Now my first RF came like a year and a half later. My cousin was like, I think you're ready for RF now. He got me in the office, and before I'm in the field. Now I'm in the office, and it's like, all right, cool, you can't dress like that no more. So I had to learn how to dress. I had to learn how to speak. And I'm like, I really wasn't really vibing with white people. Not because I didn't like them. We had nothing in common.
Yeah.
No, I was used to them.
Even in Buffalo, you was around white people, right?
Nah, Buffalo's really segregated.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, man, you go to a white school, nigga, they will. Yeah, man, it was like that. So, like, Rob Gronkowski, he from Buffalo. But
oh, shit, for real?
Yeah.
You act surprised.
I didn't know he was from Buffalo.
Know that. But where he's from, I don't go to his part of the town.
Really?
No, it's really heavily segregated. I'm not welcome to his part of the town.
You don't know that. You ain't never been to Buffalo.
No, but it's like St. Louis, and it's like you ever go to right. But if you go to Valdosta, they got a bridge.
That's how Buffalo is.
No. It's really segregated though.
But I'm talking about in terms of segregation.
Oh, yeah. I get.
It's one thing about some places being racist and they remote. Right. It's another thing to share a city and you can't go to a certain part of the city.
Right. Damn. So I'm on the east side of Buffalo, right? Okay. That's black. You got the west side of Buffalo, you got Mexicans, right? You got South Buffalo, you have white people.
Damn, right? That's the first South side city in America that's not black populated.
Right.
I just want you
South Buffalo is. I'm talking about like they just put a Tesla building in South Buffalo.
Damn.
So when I saw that, I'm like, I ain't been to South Buffalo in years because they don't like me over there. You know what I'm saying? So I forgot where I was going with that.
You
point.
said you started the RF.
Oh yeah. So now I'm in corporate America.
That's the hemp getting to you.
That's what it is. So I'm in corporate America, and I'm like, I gotta find something to relate to the people who I'm not used to talking to.
Gotcha.
So I started liking hockey. I started following hockey. All right, when it comes down to it, let's do sports. I know you gonna like hockey or you gonna like football. Right. So I started talking hockey. Then I got to know that, and then all of a sudden, bam. They was like, you know what? We like you, James. You're gonna go with this guy. His name was Wilton. This dude is the smartest engineer I knew. Black dude. He's the only one who can cuss out the boss, and the boss apologized. That's how he was. So he was like, we're gonna take you to Midland, Texas. Midland is where George Bush is from, the president. Damn. Midland, Texas, and you're going to, work with Wilton. He's gonna be the senior. You're gonna be the junior engineer. Now Wilton thinks I'm this guy up here because that's what they told him, right? Wilton was like, okay, cool. Hey, man, you black, I'm black. We're going to make this work, but I'm going to teach you how to be a real engineer. Cool. Because I don't care how good you were, I wasn't as good as him. 3 weeks into the job, he said, oh, I got to go to Switzerland and pick up my girl. You got this.
What?
And left.
Because he thought she was capable, or he just didn't give a damn?
No, he thought I was capable. So now I'm in the market, and I'm went to all of the meetings, but now they're like, well, who are you? That's how known I wasn't. Damn. Who are you? So now I had to make it work.
And how old were you at this time?
20.
Did you have facial hair? Did you look older? I'm trying to figure out how they. I mean,
because it was so busy. Everybody was so busy. They didn't have time to really. They were like, "Yo, we need help. You come here, figure this shit out. Don't fuck up."
I'm just saying it from an HR perspective.
No, there was no HR. You're thinking regular walk into a job interview. Interviews are over the phone.
It's a small business.
And
No, it's telecom. It's telecom.
Telecom
No.
industry is very similar to construction.
Right.
Very similar.
You could do the job.
Yeah, exactly. It's straight like that. Straight up.
So
People don't know.
he left, and it was like, yo. So I had to turn up a whole new network by myself, and I had to figure it out as I went. And I'm in San Angelo, Texas.
Hold on. How many radios we talking about?
Dude, a city. So you already know how many radios it is. City.
We probably talking about what, 6?
6 radios
In the city? Yeah.
No, bro.
Towers?
Bro. Oh, you mean towers?
Yeah.
Different. Because when you say radio.
Oh yeah, right. Not the
radio
radio.
is inside the base station.
Them probably. That's probably like an easy 100.
Hundreds, right? So in San Angelo, Texas was about, at the time, it was about 30 or 40.
Ooh, that's
right?
a lot.
So
man.
I was in San Angelo,
That's
I was
a
in
lot, man.
Abilene, Texas, Midland, and Odessa, Texas.
That's
so you're
crazy.
talking about window time, miles. It was a lot of miles.
And they aren't in the most convenient places.
No, dog.
No, I know where they are.
It's I-20. It's right. It's right before I-20 dead end with I-10. All right. If y'all don't know that should meet way out in West Texas. So I turned it up, and I'm still not understanding what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But I'm turning it up like, okay, cool. Well, figure it out. And he came back, and he was like, all right, man, good job. So now I'm trying to slowly figuring out what I'm doing.
Good job.
And right, so now I'm like, okay, I did this. But one day it clicked. I'm like, oh, well, this makes sense. And now I'm the senior engineer because he's the top dog, but I'm doing the work, which is cool because I wanted to learn it.
Yeah.
So I learned it by I never forget this. It was June 2001. I think I was 21 at the time. 21, June 2001, I got my biggest check at that time from working with a company. Yeah. It was $13,000 for that month, for the month of June. I said, bro, this is crazy. I just made 13 G's.
How old was you at that time?
21, bro.
And then I said to myself, what about the taxes? Because I'm 1099.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that's a smart thinking for a
21-year-old.
I wouldn't have gave a damn.
Hell no.
Bro, because I knew it was coming.
Right.
So I'm like, I got to find an account. I found an accountant. He did the taxes. And I'm like, this looks so simple. In my head, it looks so simple. I can do this. So I started in 04. Fast forward. I'm still making all this money. In 04, I said, I'm going to go to school. So I started doing my own taxes. So I'm literally, they're using book examples. I'm using real life examples. So I'm like, nigga, I'm making $200,000 a year. Now I'm 23, 24. I'm making $200,000 a year, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Why do I owe all this money in taxes? So I just started getting better and better at it, and then I started doing it.
Just
How much a year?
Right, just a little black boy from Texas.
From Buffalo.
I mean, little black boy from New York.
Yeah, bro.
Making 200.
200, yeah.
For no reason.
No reason.
No education.
It's in telecom. I'm self-taught.
It's crazy.
And mind you, I'm old enough to know that I designed the very first data communication in the country. So, now we got 4G, we got 4G, 5G.
5G.
Oh, you was the original 1G.
Oh, it was before 1G.
Oh, what? What is that shit called?
1XRTT.
Shit.
Sound familiar?
I'm just gonna stick with
Nah, peep game.
I'm gonna stick with GSM.
I'm gonna stick with pre-G.
GSM is a technology, right? So think about it like this: telephone.
For all the layman's people like myself,
for all the layman's people,
it's pre-G.
Pre-G, there you go. Right. So for all the layman's terms, you have a telephone, a regular telephone cord. Back in the day when we had telephones.
Facts. This is during Black Planet for days.
Black Planet and like the AOL when you had that shit.
Really?
Right.
Okay.
So
you set the foundation for Facebook. There
you go. So
I hear you.
That telephone line, right? It's a regular telephone line. It's only like 44 kilobits a second. 1XRTT was the one above the telephone line.
44 kilobits a second?
Right. It's slow as shit.
That is super duper slow.
So imagine downloading an email with 44 seconds.
Dude, that is slow as shit, bro.
It would take you about a day to download regular emails, man.
How long would it have taken me to get on? This is pre LimeWire, pre.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, it's pre LimeWire.
I was about to say
concepts though.
How long would it have taken me during that time
a movie or something
to download Booty Talk 1?
So hey, no, real talk though, right? So
you gotta start today and then get it.
That type of stuff was around then.
Yeah.
So you're talking, dude. It would probably take you a week. Kid you not,
What?
no joke, a straight week, and then that's being conservative.
Well,
like,
to
oh shit.
Hell, that wouldn't have mattered to me. I'd have just watched the first 50 seconds over and over.
That's all you got.
She'd have been
Now you
knocking on
talking
it.
about?
She'd have been knocking on the door all week.
And then like one day you come
wait
home.
till this big get in the house.
Hey, and then like you come home one day and like the first 5 minutes is there.
Facts, right? You got
bro.
by the end of the week, you got the whole movie, but you don't went through every
You went
scene.
to every scene already, man. You straight.
Yeah, when she sat down on that couch, boy.
Yeah, man.
All right, so hold on. So
yeah.
So at this time, as you going through all this,
Yeah.
what are you dealing with in your personal life? Because I know at that time.
Yeah,
now we're gonna talk about
I'm
that.
about to say
later,
that's
yeah.
a personal question.
No, it's all good.
No. I'm saying that a regular person would.
Oh yeah, but I know.
That's interesting.
Right, 10 years.
Right.
That's cool.
So like what were you going through personally at the time? Because I know you had a family.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
How in the midst of you building out your extraordinary career,
Right.
especially at a young age, how were you like developing a family at the same time?
So at the time I was married, and like my wife, she kept getting pregnant. Like, God damn.
Wait, what?
God damn. So
He kept forgetting to put that latex on.
You could build a network. You can't shut the water off. Is that
Shut the
what
water
you're
off,
saying? You can-
I was like-
wait. So how far did we just fast forward to your marriage?
No, it's in the same vicinity.
21, 22?
I was married before I started being an engineer. Yeah, man. I ain't listen, I ain't say I did it the right way. I just, you know what I'm saying?
Ain't no judgment.
You understand, right?
Ain't no judgment.
So, no, I'm married while I'm doing all this, right?
Jay's got grown kids.
Yeah,
bro.
like my youngest, she'll be 20 next month.
I believe you.
Yeah, bro. So we started, like when I was in Texas making that 13, my baby was literally like 2 or 3 months old. She was a baby. I remember this because Jay-Z's dropped the blueprint. Same year my daughter was born. I'm like, yeah, 9/11 happened, but Jay-Z dropped the blueprint that day.
Ain't that something black people do?
Hey,
We
man,
always
it
say
is.
life events.
You didn't hear what he said. He said, yeah, 9/11 happened.
Right.
Bro, 'cause yeah, man.
But Jay-Z also dropped
The same day. I'll never forget that. So,
That's
yeah,
a classic
man.
album, by the way, though.
Yeah,
That was
absolutely
part of the
it is.
birthing plan, bro.
Yeah, man.
You
So
know, how
I used to
soon-
live my life by Jay-Z, man. Kid you not.
Well, you a New York dude.
Right, but yeah, I was.
And
Yeah,
you a ball in New York.
I was
dude,
a
at that
ball in
time.
New York dude. So now I'm like, wait a minute. Jay-Z just said he got a Range Rover. I gotta go get me a Range Rover.
So wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, because you from New York.
Yeah.
Was your first purchase when you said, "Damn, I make 1,300"? I mean
13,000.
13,000. Excuse me. Was it some Timbs?
That's funny, dog.
And he weren't
He
Timbs.
Texas. He in El Paso, Texas.
I'm gonna tell you.
He in Cali and Texas with Timbs on.
No,
He
I'm
got-
gonna tell you what I did. I'm gonna tell you my first
get
big
the Wheaties.
purchase. Right, my first big purchase was a Rolex.
Okay.
So
Everything he hear in the music videos, I see in the
but
music videos.
I was smarter than them because I wasn't paying taxes. Even when I was buying a Rolex, I ain't paying no tax on the Rolex.
Hey,
Hold on, I don't.
he need to manage some rappers.
Right.
I do now.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I do now. Yeah, because
I'm trying to drop jewels. He got me.
So what happened was, I'll go back to Buffalo because at
Oh,
the time my wife didn't come out to Texas yet.
Oh.
I'm like, I want to buy a Rolex, right? So I go to the store and I'm like, yo, I live in Texas. I need you to mail me my Rolex in Texas. She's like, cool, smart. You do that, and we don't have this store in Texas for the whole state. You pay no state taxes.
Right.
So I bought my Rolex. Paid out at the time. It was cheap. It was like 3 G's. I
That's
felt
light
like
Ain't
Jay,
nothing
right?
but a monthly salary.
I
of
just
most
dumped
people.
3 G's on the desk like this, shaking that shit. It's like one bundle fell out. Like it's jumping that shit. And
One bundle.
I had my Rolex, man, and I'm like sitting at the Dallas, so I ain't paying no taxes. Then I bought a platinum, bruh. Yo, so Jay-Z said, this
He out here
literally-
living like a young male.
literally,
I am for real.
This is my life. I
You
would
seen
say,
Big Pimpin'? I need that boat.
Right.
bro. No, I'm like, yo, Jay-Z said when you go get your Rolex or whatever, you ice it on the spot. You don't come back twice for shit, right?
Wait a
So
minute.
let's see what I did.
Listen to the real
I
lyrics.
gotta tell you what I did, dog. So they had like
He listen to all the lyrics.
And he following it. That's the
following
thing.
this shit. I'm
He can
following it,
afford
bro.
to actually follow
No,
it.
Yeah,
this
bro.
happened at 1:25. He said,
Yes.
and I quote,
So I went to.
He
the,
said you
they had-
ice it on the spot.
They had a diamond exchange right in Dallas. So
you
I had-
contacted Jacob.
yeah.
No, Jacob. I'm in Texas.
No, they
Look,
do ice.
Jacob.
They do ice
Oh,
in
my-
Dallas.
he got his Paul Wall grill and shit.
But
Right.
now, mind you, I got Jay-Z money, so I'm like, well, the diamond exchange, I can
Right.
get some diamonds.
Right.
So
Well, you definitely had more money than Memphis Bleak at the time.
I did.
Damn.
I did. I had more money.
That's a fact.
So I had
Damn.
I had got a platinum chain made, a platinum bracelet made. It was heavy as hell. Platinum bracelet made, and I'm like, yo, put diamonds on each link. I was doing it, but my wife didn't know. So I'm in Texas, like, yeah, Big Pippin, spin the cheese, right? Till I got back home. I got in the car and she's like, why is your bracelet blinging?
Oh,
In
I'm
the-
about
in the
to,
dark?
I thought he got real modest and left it.
I ain't that modest. She's like, why do you keep spending this money? I'm like, because I keep making it.
Oh.
And that was not the smart thing to say to
Oh.
a black woman.
Ooh,
And
no,
that
especially your wife.
Look, and that's how we start the end of the story.
Exactly. I'm no longer married.
Then she drew up the paperwork.
It was crazy, man.
Hold on. So I want to. So Pete, this. So
yeah.
So at what point? So I know when you left Goodman. Now.
Yeah.
I know you got pushed out the door, but I know you got pushed out the door because you kept walking out the door.
Actually,
not
no.
coming back.
Actually, no.
What?
No. It was more so they were doing budget cuts, and I just didn't.
Oh yeah.
So they were doing budget cuts.
They used to do that all the time.
Right, in telecom, budget cuts.
All the time.
My thing was I was losing money by being at Goodman, but what Goodman taught me was to focus on what I wanted to do, which was lose weight. So I'm driving.
He was dedicated.
Yeah.
Oh my.
So
that's why he was going for 2 hours every day.
Bro,
I'm going to the gym.
No, at the gym, bro.
No, he was going to the gym, bro.
At the gym. So literally, I'm playing.
James was big as
I mean, that
hell.
makes sense.
Man, I'm playing with D1 athletes on the basketball court.
Yeah.
And like we like best friends now. Like all of my guys on the court is the reason why I've reached my levels of success today. So I'm there.
Did they call you big man on the court?
No, they call me. This is what my homeboy.
We talked about how disrespectful that shit is.
No, my homeboy. He my homeboy now. I ain't like him at the time. I just lost the game for us. I don't know. I did something stupid. I was fat shit. I couldn't run. I don't know.
Yeah.
He looks at me and says, "I'm not talking to nobody in particular. But if you come down here to lose weight, this ain't the place to do it at."
Damn.
Shit.
Woo. Hey, this is the type of criticism black man have to deal with on a day.
So I'm like, all right, you know what? All right.
And you can't do nothing but accept it because you're like, shit, it's real.
It's real.
Nigga said,
So
you came to lose weight.
Boy, that's
critical.
Your goals are meeting my goals.
Bro,
He
so
said, fuck PC
he
culture.
looked me in my face, right, and said that and walked off the court. And now, mind you, this dude was in the NFL for a couple years, so he's not a small guy.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So now it's like, I can't run up on you. Nah.
Right.
Is he one of those competitive basketball athletes?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody I play will play D1.
He in the NFL.
No,
They're
because
all competitive.
Hold on, because people who go to the gym also, they be and they get on that court, they be super competitive, like it's a scout out there.
For sure. So I'm just like, all right, I gotta go
sports.
focus on my
You better not try me.
lose my weight.
I'll kill your ultimate frisbee.
Ultimate frisbee.
Oh, God.
Man, so what I did was I started during lunch. I would go and just focus on. I would get on the treadmill. I would run. Cause now I'm mad. This nigga just called me out in front of everybody. So now I'm gonna get on there and run. And after work, instead of sitting in traffic for 2 hours, I would go back and play basketball with the people that sucked.
Wow.
That way I can get better, and they suck, so they didn't realize
That's a
it.
fact.
So it took me like 3 months, and now in the 3 months I lost like 35 pounds. Then I come back like, yeah. So me and him on the same team now, and I hit like, we played 18 and shit. I hit like 5 threes that game. It was cool ever since. I ended up losing like 80 pounds, man.
Hey.
Yeah,
Hey,
man. My clothes were so big. I was like, what the hell?
Listen, man.
Bro, when I went on my weight loss journey, I think it was 3 or 4 months, I lost 50.
Easy. Yeah.
And it was I could never replicate the environment that I was in.
It's tough.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I would go to work, and I worked at a place where I could work out.
Right.
Yeah.
So doing activities like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I said ultimate frisbee. That's where I picked that up at. Doing those.
I want to ask both of y'all this because y'all both have been through extreme weight loss.
Yeah.
I would definitely say so. Yeah. What and we, especially me, I need to start my extreme weight loss journey. But what triggered for y'all? Because there's a lot of black men watching this too who dealing with weight issues. We got a huge obesity issue in our community. What was it that triggered for y'all? I know you talked about it. That was a moment that could be traumatic, that can push you. But what really clicked for you? That was like, what clicked for y'all? Where it was like, I got to get dead serious about getting this weight off.
Easy. 2 things happened. One, the way my wife looked at me one day. It was one day she gave me a look. It was so demoralizing. She said she was worried about my health. I took it as, man, I got to look at you. And the second one was when the dude we used to work with, he had a heart attack on the side of the road after he left work. I forget his name. He was a new guy.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't
So
remember that, but
it was
that's
those.
crazy.
Yeah,
That's how you
man.
got your job.
Fact. I definitely started up in that motherfucker just doing simple data migration, taking Excel sheets and put them in the computer. And then I went all the way to Project Code. Anyway.
Yeah, you went up.
I'll say for me it was 2 things too.
Okay.
Usually when I travel, I go somewhere, I come back and I feel a sense of rejuvenation. So I went to St. Louis visit my family. And then I just told my homie, I was like, man, I'm about to change some shit up. I gotta do better than this. The second thing, which was probably before that, my child mom sent me a picture of me holding him. Ooh. And I was like, it looked like I'm breastfeeding him.
God damn.
Damn, dog.
And
I
so
feel it happens.
And so it's you can't find what triggers that motivating thing. Like now, I can't go back and try to find that level of motivation. It got to be a new thing. And I also can't replicate how it is. I did learn a lot. Like, motherfuckers, when you lose weight, motherfuckers say some funny shit.
True story.
So, like, I'll give you a few things. One, a motherfucker told me, like, I'm working out, I done lost probably about 30, 40 pounds at this time.
Fast too.
And people say, oh, you don't need, I'm literally eating, like, granola and apples and salads.
Yeah, I remember that.
And people I'm doing all cardio. I mean, you need to weight lift. Listen, I hate working out. What makes you think I'm about to? I hate cardio, and I hate weightlifting. What makes you think that I'm gonna induce something that I hate just as much or more? I'm not gonna do it. I want that Tori Palomalu type of never lift a weight, just do all cardio and yoga. Right.
So when your wife said that, because
it was a look.
It was a look.
No, it was that pierce. That piercing.
You know what's funny about that? We all have experienced that before. Like, been with a woman and she probably looked at us a certain way, and it was like we knew that she was looking at something that about us physically that we knew wasn't right.
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I look at myself sometimes.
Your wife still today?
I question my wife's mental health. I be like, I would not sleep with me, but she find it in her heart. You
have a very special wife for doing that.
I love
Somebody
that
had to take that risk.
Glasses.
Somebody had to take that risk.
We need shallow hals in this world.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Man. Yeah, we are.
Absolutely.
I'm half handsome, and she's way better looking than me.
So James, when you left Goodman, and it was you. I will tell you, being inside when you left Goodman, it was felt. It was felt because of that special skill you had. We knew because there was like a process that we had to have to go in to get work done, especially to get those RFs read. RFDSs. Yeah. And James was the only engineer that we could actually go directly to and get it done if we needed it like that. You know, otherwise it took just too long. So James will always look out. And he was, like I said, a great person and gave everybody tax business advice. Like especially all the blacks in the building, whites too, but they would come to James. We all needed him for tax advice. We knew when we got our taxes, everybody going to line up at James' cubicle. Everybody line up at his cubicle to get, all right, so then what I need to do. And so when you left Goodman, what was the next steps after that for you?
That was 2010. No,
that's
2012. Yeah. So, man, we're back to contracting.
Oh, okay.
I made so much money when I left Goodman. I was like,
it did, man.
Hey, let me ask you this, because I think people need to understand this. Everybody want to be an anomaly, which it sounds like you are. Yeah. How replicable is your process, the way that you took to
Good luck. Because I'll tell you this, on the real, I infiltrated corporate America as a young black man with no education, but high school, right? And I had to learn how to adapt to this whole new world. And I'm an engineer, which is highly respected, but I didn't understand engineering. I'm making all this money with no knowledge of how to spend it, where to spend it, how to save it, and how to pay taxes. So I had to learn all that while still being a professional and having a family with, a wife and 3 kids at home. So to replicate it, I would say don't try to replicate it. Just try to be the best version of you. Because so many people say, man, I want to do what you did. Man, I'm not ahead in life where I should be. When I was 20, when you were 21, you were doing it. Don't do that. Yeah. Because I'm like, I kind of fell into a lot of the stuff. Yeah. When I fell into it, I just took advantage of it to where most people fall into it and they'll just fall out of it.
So for at least for me, I ain't gonna say for Miko or whatnot. For my generation, we was pushed into college. It was told that we had to do that. It didn't seem like that was the message given to you. It just
you really took college as like you utilize it as a tool, but at your convenience.
Yeah, because you got to realize, man, my mom died 8 days for my 18th birthday.
Man, bless
so my cousin, now this is August. October was 2 months later. He asked me at that point if I wanted to be an engineer. I wasn't ready mentally, right? Yeah. So I kind of went to college, like, try to get my AA. It really wasn't for me because I didn't like my dad kind of pushed me into do electronics, but I'm not really good with my hands, so I kept getting shocked. That shit hurt. So I did that for a couple years, and then 99 rolls around. I was a security guard doing shit like that.
Damn.
And 99 rolls around. My cousin was like, because my mom died in 96. Yeah. So 99, my cousin was like, yo, here it go. You ready? Yeah. And my daughter was born April 22nd. I left April 25th with the California. I said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Okay, what happens? I'm going to do it. And I just did it.
So I want to say this. I want to definitely capitalize on this moment because this is actually, it's ironic that you said it. I always knew that you was a different type of dude, but I didn't know you was that successful early on, which brings up a great point. You were married, and you went through divorce as a black man that was balling. Yeah. All right. A lot of black men had a complaint of their fear of getting married to a woman because they feel that it's not fair. They're gonna take half, et cetera, et cetera. And they only have at least a quarter of what you had. Right. By you at that time, easy 6 figures, close on 7 in your because you divorced like 30
shit, about 4 years ago.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So what was it that process like for you? Is it as brutal as it's hyped up to be, or what? Is there ways that black men can handle that or deal with that? Like, what would you say?
Don't disrespect a woman.
So are you taking the ownership of it?
No. It's not really an ownership because it was like we just grew apart. Like we were 20 when we got married. Like 30 something now, we're just two different people. But at the end of the day, I never disrespected her. Got you. So it's like, okay, yeah, I had all the money and she left, so she didn't take any money. But I offered, like, listen, okay, cool, you leave. If you do this, I'll give you that or whatever. So it was never disrespect, like, take me to court, I'll kill you. It was nothing like that. Because at the end of the day,
you from New York and you take that shit.
Hold on.
I got you,
here
brother.
You go. No, but it's more like this, right? So if you fear that the woman is going to take half your shit, run it through a business. If that's your fear. I hate to tell people to hide money because that's not really fair to the spouse. But sometimes spouses aren't fair in divorce. So it's kind of like hide. But if you do that, be respectable of saying, hey, this woman or this man, depending on anybody can make the money, still gave me their life, however many years in their life. So if I hide it, it's so they won't take half or whatever. Yeah. But I'm still going to be fair to them.
Gotcha.
I'm actually fearful of this advice for Miko's future.
Hilarious.
It's called
Miko definitely is like, all right, I'll get married, but if divorce happen, it happened. I'm like, nigga.
But I think it's sign a prenup then. If that's the case,
that's a fact.
But
that's a fact.
Okay, well let me ask you this. Let me ask you this from a perspective. I'm a broke nigga, as a married, like pre-marriage.
I got you.
So my grandma gave me this, like, cause some people like to throw out this prenup. And I just want to know if it's true. If you broke, should you sign a prenup?
It depends on your potential. If you feel you're going to be a millionaire one day, you should. Because people think, oh, well.
Feel like, so if you rapping now.
Yo, for sure. Let me tell you why. Right? People feel like, okay, well, if I make this money in the marriage, it's automatically half mine. Not if you sign a prenup. So let's take Jay-Z and Beyonce, right? Yeah. They both have money. But Jay-Z still had her sign a prenup.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Jay-Z's prenup says this. Of course, I know this because Jay-Z did it.
Yes, you do. Yes, so, you do.
The prenup said, if I cheat on you and we get divorced, right, I'll give you $1 million for every year we were married plus X amount per kid, blah, 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 blah. Wow. And she signed that. Yeah. But Beyonce has her own money too, right? So you could go into you could sign
That's interesting based on
I did
records
not know you
and
could
all
even.
of that.
I didn't even know you could set up a prenup to be that customized.
A post-nup.
Absolutely, you can. Shoot, what's the dude name? Michael Douglas.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. Michael Douglas, the white dude?
Yeah, the white dude.
Oh, the actor, yeah.
Married to that Catherine Zeta-Jones, Michael Douglas.
Oh, wow.
He don't like white people. He don't follow that.
Yeah, okay. The only white person I know is Brad Pitt.
That's my guy right there. I love
the dude
Brad.
from The Matrix. And,
Keanu Reeves,
and Brett Favre.
Let me rephrase this. He don't like white men. White women.
He just listed 3 white men.
White women, he's very lenient.
I understand. Okay.
So I love my black women.
Don't take them to the Czech Republic or none of that.
I love black women too, but I know white women.
Yeah,
but okay.
I guess, you know what I'm saying? It happens. You know what I'm saying? It happens, but I wanted to ask you was about to say something real quick?
I was, but I forgot.
Oh, all right, cool.
Y'all smoke good.
You was talking about post-nups within the prenups.
Oh, yeah. No, I was saying that I didn't know you customized prenups. But what I was going to ask you is that.
Oh, Michael Douglas. That's what it was.
Yeah, Michael Douglas. Tell the story.
So Michael Douglas, his first wife, I forget who she was. So Michael Douglas had
just say her name.
No, not Catherine Zeta-Jones. His first wife.
All right.
He was married to her. He had did a movie. I can't remember the name of the movie. Could have been a remake of the first Wolf on Wall Street. I forget. But it was a movie like that.
Gotcha.
It hit big, right? It hit big, but they had signed a prenup, right? In the prenup, that movie was listed, right? So 30 years later, he do a remake, and she's entitled to half of that money.
What? Right.
Because it's tied to that movie.
Right.
It happens like that if that's how your prenup is written.
Damn.
That's how it is.
So now he about to go get this law degree.
No,
right?
Right, what happened then? Like he ended up losing his voice or something. He had cancer in the throat.
I remember that. Yeah.
He just gave her the money because he was like, it could have been stress related. You know, cancer is a lot of stress related.
You can die.
Absolutely. Yeah. So he just gave her the money. But yeah, you could have a prenup any way you want. You can have it to where set up where it goes to all your money is going to a living trust. And then you ain't got to worry about your wife taking half because you can't take half of a trust because it's not yours.
Oh yeah. That's
It's called a
that's
trust.
how I got family that got it set up like that.
Hold on, so because we know somebody mutually. I ain't gonna say his name, but hold on.
His wife might be listening.
he definitely might be listening, but his wife definitely might. So he went through a divorce. Yeah. And funny, he from New York too, but his wife. I was literally with him the day. Where the divorce, the divorce was settled, and the judge froze his bank account, and that money in that account had to go straight to his wife. Yeah, $250,000.
It's kind of your fault.
See,
hold on. I'm about to give you this theory. Since you like conspiracy theories. Right. First of all, Miko is Mr. Social, right? He know you. He know that other guy. Where was he?
Here you go. This first time they was on their way to divorce way before I came in his life and was going to strip clubs and stuff like that. So I ain't got nothing to do with that. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But
where were you?
When that happened, that showed me that, and he kept saying like, "Damn, I should have just took that money out that account and put it in somebody else's name account." Absolutely. And you can do stuff like that before it.
Of course.
Wait. But when they do, hold on, because when they do that, I got a friend. And it was the inverse. It was the woman who made a lot.
Yeah, it happens too. Yeah.
Sometimes, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so what ended up happening was it was strategic. She was like, hey, because of tax purposes, let me put this in somebody else's name and you. But even through that process, if it looks like it's some impropriety or something like that,
they could pull it back, but it's hard to get it. Put it in a business. Watch what happens. You can't invest $250,000 in my business. I don't know your.
You said I can't?
Now, think about it. If you invest $250,000 in my business, right, and I use it for whatever I use it for, a judge can't make me give it back because what if I don't have it?
What if it's in stocks and stuff?
Well, now they can make you liquidate your stocks. I just wouldn't advise to do that. I would just, like you said, invest into a friend's company.
Got you.
And now when it's paid back, you can have it.
Your wife gonna be like, Miko still got business.
Right, I was like, not Miko. I'll get it. Baby, I put it all the way. What do you mean?
So you could do that, and now the friend can invest it or do whatever. And now all he has to do to get your money back, put you on payroll, right?
Damn.
So let's say that hypothetically the judge said you got to get a job to pay her back.
Right.
Cool. You my friend. Put me on payroll and pay me $15 an hour.
This for professionals.
Yeah.
This is definitely for professionals.
Oh, you was about to ask me a question?
I got a few questions for you.
Oh, go ahead.
All right, what's up?
So, are y'all done with? Because I know we going through.
No, we done with the white thing. Yeah, we
going through the timeline.
Oh,
so
go ahead.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
This is untimeline related.
All right.
What are some of the biggest mistakes, especially because me and Miko, we and you come from the same situations where we come from impoverished environments. Yeah. What is the biggest things that we don't know about accounting and money, even from an aspect of I don't have enough to necessarily start a business?
Right.
Oh, first of all, that's the biggest cliche I've ever heard. All right, the second biggest cliche is I got to quit my job to focus on my business.
I think now I got to hold you accountable.
Tell him, Jay.
Where were you when Miko quit his job and focused on himself?
I wasn't there. No, he ain't tell me that.
He knew you since
I
didn't tell me
nobody that. No,
because
that
I
was
would have told
strictly
him
my own
this.
thing. Yeah.
This is what I tell people, right? It's like I think that's a backwards mentality because somebody had told you to do that at some point, and somebody said if you're really focused, you're gonna quit your job. So I'm like, okay, how you gonna pay rent? Your rent still due in 4 weeks,
and they told you to never have a plan B because plan A gotta go.
But no, it's really simple, right? All you gotta do if you want to quit your job, right, and you know you want to quit, first of all, go exempt on your taxes, right? Because now you have an immediate business write-off anyway, and your taxable income is here. You're going to write it off now. It's going to go down anyway. So, folk, go exempt. Take the money you were paying federal. Get your personal credit fixed. You need 700s across the board.
So you saying the money that would normally go to a federal tax,
yes,
when you file exempt, don't just take that money, keep it in your bank account, use it for spending.
Right.
Specifically, take that percentage that they take out and apply it towards fixing your credit.
Fix your business. Fix your personal credit. Okay. Right. Personal credit, you want 7s across the board. Oh, I got a 620. It sucks. Okay. All right, a banker's gonna look at you like no. They don't look at you because you black. They look at you because your credit score sucks. They don't know. Got to realize underwriters don't know what you look like. They don't get a file on you.
That's a fact.
So they look at your credit, right? And if you don't believe me, apply online. They can't see you, right? So that's number one. Once your credit is fixed, now instead of you going out maxing out personal credit, you get your business and you apply everything in your business name with your personal as your personal guarantor. But before you do that, look to see what banks do not report to your personal credit for business. Because if you go to say BOA, BOA does not report to your personal credit if you get a business credit card. Even if you default, it does not report to your personal credit.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you don't want all of. Think about it. Like, so if you got a 750 credit score, BOA give you $50,000 and you max it out. If on your personal credit, you're already over your limit. Your score didn't drop.
Right.
This is business. Keep it over here. It's over here, so your personal still got 750. Wow. And never waste inquiries. Inquiries stay in your credit for 2 years. Yeah, you can get them off, and that's cool. But if you don't even know this part, you don't even know how to get them off.
What do you mean? Don't waste them.
I tell you. So people waste inquiries. They apply crazy. I apply for Capital One, and I apply for this card, I apply for that card. If you ain't gonna get one, you ain't gonna get none of them because your score is too low. So you only apply for what you know you can get.
Yeah.
So if you say, hey, your TransUnion is 730, Equifax is 699. Experian is 702. Well, only apply for things that pull a TransUnion in. Makes sense. TransUnion is the highest. Why would I apply for Chase if Chase pulls Experian at 699? They don't give it to me. But if Capital One, hypothetically, Capital One only pulls TransUnion, it's a 750. I'm gonna get that card. I know this. Yeah. You know, but Capital One, I know, always reports business and personal all the time.
Gotcha.
So you don't want a Capital One business card.
Right.
You know, you want a business card. You want Chase. You want Bank of America. You want.
What about smaller banks?
No.
Like credit unions?
Let me check my.
So credit unions are good. Don't get me wrong. They're good. They will give you the cards, Navy Federal, and all that. Yeah. But they don't separate. They'll report business and personal.
Damn.
So go to Navy Federal if they give you $25,000. But if it shows up on your personal and you max it out because you got to buy stuff for your business, now your 702
is affected.
It's a 630.
Damn.
Because your available debt to credit ratio is too high.
Gotcha.
Keep it in the business name, it never shows up over here. So now no other bank knows you even have this card except for the bank you have the card with.
Gotcha.
That's how you do it.
So that's chopped up. We're gonna get that chopped up and sent out.
That's a clip. That's definitely a clip. Yeah. But, go ahead.
So that's when you are doing that, and I guess this is just the base level. You go. I do want to start a business. I don't have a lot of assets or none of that. I don't know nothing about starting a business. Are you able to give us at least 2 or 3 of the most common business? What are they called? The most common business entities. And the advantages of one over another.
Yeah. So black people, for some reason, don't know why.
You told me this a long time ago.
I told you a long time ago. Are in love with LLCs. I don't know why.
It's that limited liability.
but limited still gives you liability. It's
right.
Just limited liability. Who determines that limit? Do you know?
Same people that determine the limit for the other one.
No.
Who?
A judge. So if a judge determines your limit, what city or what state are you incorporated in? A Georgia judge is different from a Delaware judge.
That's a fact.
A Nevada judge is different from a Wyoming judge. So you got to know the judges to know, they determined the limit to my limited liability company, right? So if I get sued, now my limited liability only covers a limited part of this me being sued.
That lawsuit.
Right? So what you do is you form a corporation, right? You form a corporation and you have that corporation taxed as an S corp. You do it that way. Now, there's no limited liability because everything falls on the corporation. And the corporation, as long as you don't pierce what they call the corporate veil, you're always protected, right? Now you're taxed as an S corp. You don't want to be taxed as a C corp until you're at that C corp level, McDonald's and Google, and you ain't at that level.
Right.
S corporation is a subchapter corporation, which means you get the favorable tax, but it's still a pass-through entity, which means the business doesn't pay taxes. It flows over to the personal taxes. All right, so when people are like, oh, I got an LLC, I get taxed. So one thing I tell people is this: you got an LLC? How are you taxed? Common answer: I don't know. How do you not know how you're taxed? So what people don't know is when you become a business, you have the legal right to tell the IRS how you want to be taxed. Black people don't know that. So
that's how,
so what happens is,
Donald Trump
is that under an S corp or is that as
however
a business
you choose to be taxed,
so
however the company is. Any company, I can form a corporation today. I got to tell the IRS how to be taxed, or they're going to tax me what's best for them, not what's best for me. Did you know if you're an LLC and you get taxed as an S corporation, the first $12,000 is tax free?
If you're an LLC and get taxed as an S corp,
first $12,000 is tax free. And if you don't believe me,
I do now.
Go to anybody who does taxes and say I'm an S corp with a $12,000 profit. Nothing else on there. No other kids, no nothing. I bet you that number is zero. Refund is zero. Balance is zero.
Hold on. What you? All right. Hold on.
You don't get it?
Yeah. No, not really.
So think about it like this, right? You, he said, you an S corp, because as an LLC you get taxed off of what? What's the difference?
As a sole prop, terrible.
Okay.
So what he's saying is, if you make anything less than what, just 12,000?
No, profit, not make.
12,000. Sorry, 12,000 profit.
Yes.
If you bringing in $1,000 a month, you're not taxed on that 1,000.
No.
Up to
Once
12.
you right, no, $1,000 a month.
You're not. No.
That's I'm trying to break it down to the monthly, so but for the year it's 12,000.
Yeah.
So if you make more than that, then you start receiving that tax.
Right.
But if not, if you just profit,
that's with an S corp, right?
Profit.
Yes.
Yes.
S corp. But anything can be LLC can be taxed as an S corp. A corporation can be taxed as an S corp, and it's profit. Your revenue could be $300,000 a year. That don't matter. After your write off, if it's 12,000 or less, you don't pay no taxes.
Damn.
Now the LLC as a single member LLC is bad. It's bad. It's a setup. It is a setup because the IRS knows you don't know what the hell you're doing.
That's a fact.
So it automatically flows to what you call a Schedule C.
Yeah.
Schedule C, Google it, is the most audited document within the IRS.
No way. Didn't know
Absolutely. Because for some reason, the IRS believes that people lie on Schedule C, but they don't lie in business. Don't know why. That's what they do, right? So if you look at the rate, so sole prop gets audited on an average of, say, 3.5 times, right?
Gotcha.
But an S corp get audited less than a half of a time.
Get the hell out of here.
It's the same thing. Now, think about this. You put $12,000 on a Schedule C as profit.
Yeah.
You're probably gonna pay about $3,000. You paying money. Do it as an S corp, you pay way less. So if you want to buy a house, I tell people all the time, run that money through your business, because if the S corp has a profit of $100,000. Right? Let's say profit of $100,000. Hypothetically, let's say you pay $3,000 in federal taxes.
Gotcha.
You run the same $100,000 on a Schedule C, pay about $25,000 in taxes.
What?
Kid you not? Because you have what they call, you have federal, of course.
Yeah.
You have state, and you have FICA. FICA is called self-employment. It's self-employment insurance when you're a Schedule C. Gotcha. Self-employment is double. It's FICA times 2.
So what if you're a black person, you got a business, but your business doesn't make a lot of money?
Doesn't matter.
Wow.
You still gotta file taxes.
So I'll say this. It's a perception, especially among the people who, like you said, the IRS targets the LLCs.
So props.
So it's people who out here who say, okay, because I know I was given this information. When you do it as an LLC, you come in, you do it, and you start. There's a cap on it, on what I can write off. And if most people are doing this as a sole entity for the LLC, you just want the tax write-off, and you don't really understand all of that information.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
What's the flaw in that thinking? Because you've gone into the S corp portion, but how do we even start with that information? How do we get there?
Well, the flaw in that thinking is to think that the IRS won't audit you because you're limited in your write-offs, or I'm not that big of a person that they won't look at me. Okay, they look at you too.
And is there also a threshold? That's what I really want to ask. Is there a threshold for so if I make on my personal job, I make $30,000. Is it after 10% I'm higher? It's a higher risk of me getting audited with a LLC or none of that?
None of that matters. Because at the end of the day, it's all about how much are you writing off on your
Right.
Schedule C. Right?
Right.
They don't care it says LLC on there versus it doesn't. They don't care about that.
Gotcha.
If you make $30,000 and you write off $25,000 on the Schedule C, what they're saying is,
yeah.
how can you afford to live off $5,000, right?
But
But if you write off, if the company, if your S corp loses $25,000, the same 30 is literally gonna be the same number afterwards.
yeah.
You didn't lose $30,000.
The
Your
business
company
did.
did.
Okay.
That's the difference.
That's
So
crazy.
when somebody, you got your personal taxes, you got your business taxes.
Yeah.
If somebody is doing their taxes, one, would you even suggest someone do it once you start saying I have a business, a registered business, and filing those taxes? Would you advise them to do it on their own?
I wouldn't advise anybody to ever do anything on their own that they're not specialized in. People got TurboTax, and all of a sudden they
I was about to say,
they got that app,
free.
But it's
free.
not, but you know what? It's free to your detriment, because what happens is the second you don't know one number, you call a person like me.
Yeah, that's
And
a fact.
I'm a jerk, so I'm gonna tell you, ask the box,
Yes,
because
you
you're
are.
using the box. You ain't gonna pay me.
All right.
So one,
Right.
and
That's a
so it's
fact.
like, what you asking me for? Because you know more than I do at this point.
Y'all be busy, bro.
All right, hey, man, I get it.
And TurboTax got that little box right next to the box, and
Ask
they
the
got a
CPA?
question mark on
Yeah,
it.
but that for some reason never works when it comes to asking me the questions, right? So I get this question a lot. Oh, I got 3 kids, but TurboTax said I only get back $1,700.
Right.
Your fault. What you want me to do? I didn't do it. You did.
I ain't doing no free consultation
Right.
for
Like,
to help
but
enrich
then,
this company.
they'll send it to me and I get them back $10,000 because they forgot to click one button.
Listen, man.
Hey, trust me, I know that.
All right, man.
Listen,
It be
man.
like that, bro.
All right.
I just hold on. I just want to let all the strippers know and all the girls and adult.
See, he can't even just stick to all.
If you need any tax advice, you
Oh.
got to go through me to get to James.
Yeah,
You know what
please.
I'm saying? Please, I will set you up with a great consultation.
Because my girl here, man.
You know,
I
yeah.
don't
you
want
know
that
what I'm
smoke.
saying?
I don't want that smoke.
My wife watches.
He's
I ain't-
definitely a contained man.
I
You
only
know what
talk
I'm
to
saying?
strippers
He's
at
a
strip
contained man.
clubs.
I don't
I
talk
have
to him there either.
plenty of time for
See.
it. Yeah, I just want to let you.
Yeah.
But no, that's like this is very useful skill and knowledge that black men
We
need
don't
to
have
know.
it.
Right? Don't
we
have.
just don't have it.
And this is better than just being cool, being fly, being jiggy. This is shit that not only is it's great knowledge, but it actually gets you more money.
And these is things that James wish he knew when he was buying that bus down.
Whoa. I did know, brother.
Oh, you
what
did?
you
Oh,
talking
at
about?
20, at
Hey,
20, what you
talking
doing?
about? Boy?
Excuse me, sir.
He said he don't need no Jewish lawyers.
That's
My
how.
lawyer, Julie.
Man, listen, man. I'll say this. There was a few times in my life I thought I was going to be audited because I didn't understand certain forms. That's when I had to learn one form and another form, or 2 different forms. You can use the same number on both.
James about to get all these referrals, bro.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
man.
That's right.
Hey, man.
Remember, go through Demecos Chambers.
Yes,
to get
go
your,
through-
Go
go
to
through
Black
it.
Men and
All-
Cigars.
Please go to him.
All
to get
beautiful
your
white
referrals.
plus size women go through
No,
Demecos
hold on.
Chambers.
It depends. There's a threshold. There is a
Hey,
threshold. I
man.
just want you to know.
You know, it's funny. I don't advertise. I've never advertised on accounting at all.
That's the thing that's crazy. Jay, like again, I only know because I work with him and people would talk around off. But James never. You know,
You gotta go-
Hold on, James. Hold on. Let me say this. James was so helpful for me at this time. Don't even probably know how. No, because when I was losing the house, I didn't tell nobody. You was the only person that knew. Actually, nobody knew. But I was leaning on certain business owners that I know to get work from them to help keep me afloat. And James was one of the ones I knew he had a tax business, and I knew in the past that I could refer people to James. I knew that I could refer people to James and I would get a fee.
Yeah.
And so I said, you know what? I need some money. I'm on my ass, whatever. And I reached out to James and said, yo, let's work out a deal. Let me do this. Let me go promote for you.
Yeah.
And let me just get a kickback. Da, 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 da. And that helped me out throughout that
Nico
summer.
was acting like a baby mama.
Oh no,
with
no,
a
I'm
few-
a hustler.
with a
I'm
few
a
kids.
hustler.
man.
I'm a hustler,
But I
bro.
will
Don't
say
get it
this.
twisted.
If he would have told me he was losing his house, I could have helped him get his house.
Exactly.
I
Right.
coulda- I
He
coulda-
wouldn't
that
have
was-
listened.
that
He
was
would have
my
listened to you.
No,
He
no,
would've
I
listened.
would've- I would've
No,
listened
at the
to
end
He
you.
of the
would've
day,
listened to you.
I've always
He
listened
damn
to
sure
James.
ain't listen to other logical people.
No,
It
yeah.
was
At the end
only
of the
you
day,
who don't understand
it's how do you keep the house? People think if they're under foreclosure, that's it. You are lost.
That was
and
me.
You're gonna lose your house. You're gonna be on the street. Now there's so many ways to stop a foreclosure.
Didn't know
So
Hell yeah,
the
just
house that you
chain
saw
the
me.
Give
door.
us some ways.
Yeah, hey, I'm
Oh
telling
no,
you.
no, James had a nice house. The
Hey.
house I saw you in Lawrence.
Yeah. So
Nice.
I built the house.
Nice
at 25 years old. I built the house. It was like 4,000 square feet. Right. So
At first, I thought he was capping when he said he got a nice big house.
That was in Lawrenceville?
yeah,
At 25?
I was 25. Yeah.
Yeah, he was talking.
I'm
But
on
I
25.
used to go to his house to
nigga
go
was everywhere.
to pick up money and stuff like
sure,
that.
for sure.
And I saw his house. Like, oh, James got a real house,
Yeah,
like
that's
a
what's up.
real house.
For sure.
Nah, big.
Ran through his business.
Yeah.
Hey,
Can you
but
buy a
that's-
house in your business?
Of course you can. If you do it though, you got to drop 20%. So it's
automatic.
Miko, you can't be doing those.
It's the same thing as doing a conventional loan,
right?
But you drop 20% though. Hey man, you start avoiding a lot of capital gains though.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So the capital gains start kicking you. You know, you don't want capital gains.
No. Quick question.
That's up to 20% though. Capital gains tax, right?
No.
Really? I thought under Trump.
Well, he just sound like it took something out of.
No, that's how much you pay in capital gains. Oh. So capital gains is two type of tax. Is if it's long term capital gains, it's 20%. If it's short term capital gains, it's whatever tax bracket you fall into.
Oh, jeez.
But capital gains don't kick in until you profit over $250,000.
Yep, that's right.
So what you do is you just limit how much you take out every year, to always stay under that limit, and then you roll over to another investment, right? So check this out. So if I gave you, let's say you go on a game show, you win $1 million, you got to pay taxes,
right? I plan on it.
But do you pay taxes?
Oh, on a game show?
Yeah. Do you pay taxes?
They tell you do.
Yeah, but do you pay taxes? How do you get around not paying taxes?
However you tell me.
What you do is you take that same money you get. Yeah. Like let's say you go on Jeopardy, you get $1 million, right? Take the $1 million because they're gonna give you 1099, and you literally take all of it and invest it in a house or some kind of real estate, right?
Gotcha.
Then you turn around and you do a loan on that property. You just put $1 million in to get your money back out, right? Because you can't pay taxes on loans.
So when you buy that lot, or when you hit that lotto, same thing apply?
No, because they take the money first.
Yeah,
gotcha.
So that's why I said a game show, or like if you go to Vegas or something, right?
Right.
So now the $1 million, because you're gonna get a 1099 at the end of the year. Mm-hmm. So you say, hey, I got a 1099, and you immediately list on there that you invested it. So it's all gone. It is a paper trail. So now you go to whatever you just invested in and pull all your money back out as a loan. Now you got payments, but you still got your $1 million to do whatever you want with, and you don't pay taxes because you just literally have a loan.
Damn. Can your business, like where you were talking about, you separate, you only apply for loans where your business loan is separate from your business credit is separate from your personal credit?
Right.
Can you file bankruptcy in your business?
Chapter 11.
Okay, and it not affect you as a
and
Chapter 11.
And I want to get back to that quick point about how to defer a foreclosure, because we know a lot of people during this time, especially epidemic.
Again?
No, shut up, fool.
Oh.
There's a lot of people that that's going through this crisis now, where they're on the bridge of losing their homes because lost work, whatever happened. And what are some ways that they can prevent or further push off that foreclosure?
All right. So the first way is apply for one of those. What's that called? They were doing them back.
Don't say that. What is that? Nonprofit company?
No, they did it back in 2008 when Obama was in office. You basically got to sign a Frank Dodge modification. You apply for a modification. Reason being, you have to exhaust all modifications before they say you can't do it no more. But if you apply for a modification, right, you're already not paying the mortgage, so your credit's already sucked. But they're going to keep charging you, but they can't kick you out because while you're under modification. So modification takes about 6 months for them to actually review.
No way.
Yeah. So now you got 6 months, right?
Yeah, to get some money up, to start getting caught up.
Or just to stay in the house, right? Basically, you become a squatter because they can't kick you out because you're under modification, right? So now you can do about 5 modifications before they say you can't even modify no more because we're not even going to look at it, right?
Man, you said it takes 6 months to review? Exactly. Is it 6 months between each modification?
Yes. So you apply
you
modification.
You got at least about 10 years in the house.
Bro, right? So now you ain't making no mortgage payments, right? So now you
just stacking up,
Right now, so once that's exhausted, what do? Now you can actually apply for bankruptcy after all of the modifications.
Hell out of here.
You apply for bankruptcy.
Is legal?
Hell yeah, it's legal. So you apply for bankruptcy, and now they can't even come after you. They can't call you, and now you can work out a payment plan.
Yeah.
If you still can't afford to pay it, the bankruptcy is going to, because you have to keep paying it while you're in bankruptcy, or you can get kicked out of bankruptcy.
Yeah.
But even still, that's going to take about another 6 months, right? So now you can apply for 2 bankruptcies a year within 12 months, and not lose your house.
Damn.
So now if you apply for a third one, they can override it and then kick you out. But you're talking years in between.
That's way enough.
You could have been in that house today.
Right.
True story. And now you can figure it out, right?
Yeah. Because I mean, like it's those learning trails,
So,
those growing pains.
I got one more thing. Check this out, right? Did you know you can get foreclosed on and it don't show up on your credit?
No, hell, I did not know.
This is what you do.
I did not.
My house causing problems.
This is what you do. This is what you do. If you file a chapter, people think bankruptcy is bad. To me, again, common sense is here. How is bankruptcy
I was taught
bad?
that it was bad too.
Because you lose your credit for 7 to 10 years. Really? Because I could have sworn I filed bankruptcy and 3 months later bought a house and 2 cars and had 3 credit cards. But that's just me, right? Because things don't make sense to me. Yeah. I'm challenging that.
Gotcha.
So what you do is you file a Chapter 7, right?
Right.
Because Chapter 7, you ain't got to pay nobody back. That's complete bankruptcy.
But don't that have to be granted by the judge? Or?
Well, why would he not grant it?
Well, I thought it was more difficult. No?
Nope. You file a Chapter 7. The problem is you can only file it once every 8 years. You can file a Chapter 13 every day if you want to.
Gotcha.
So you file a Chapter 7.
Every day, okay.
If you're in your house and you are current in your house,
yeah.
people think, I'm not going to add my house to this. I'm not going to add my car to this. Why not? Because if you ever default, now you're in that same boat again, right?
Yeah.
So what you do in the Chapter 7 is you put your car, all of your assets, you put your house in the Chapter 7, which means you are resolving the debt that day, which means if you ever got foreclosed on, they can evict you and run your name through the mud, but they can never put a foreclosure on your credit for that house.
Get the hell out of here.
So
by putting it in the Chapter 7.
Chapter 7, because Chapter 7 in 6 months is gone. Everything is done, right? So you still have the balance of the mortgage, but you don't have the past due balance. And they can never come after you if you choose to. Literally, you can stay in there for 6 years, not pay a payment. Of course, they're going to try to get you out and walk away. They can never put a foreclosure on your credit because you already dissolved it in bankruptcy 7 years ago.
Damn, Jay.
Yeah, man. That's something
because that foreclosure sit on. Listen, let me tell y'all, black guys, as a motherfucker who had a foreclosure sit on his credit score, that motherfucker will sit on your goddamn credit score.
Is there anything you can do afterwards?
Man, please, let me tell you something, dog. All you gotta do,
there's
hope. You know, so when you got these people that say I fix credit, hey, my first question is, what's your credit score?
Ooh.
You fix credit, you better have a 7 something. So, but
that's the hot new thing to do right now.
Right.
People, so, credit repair
hey, show me your credit.
Popping up.
Because if you show me your credit, I know you can get bankruptcies off. You can get foreclosures off the credit. All you gotta do once you get them off, right? There's things you can do, like you can block your LexisNexis report and stuff like that. If y'all don't know what LexisNexis is, that's the credit bureau that nobody sees, but they actually control the credit bureau that you do know. The Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, right?
Low key, that's up in Alpharetta if y'all ever wanted to.
No, I've seen the motherfuckers.
Yeah, so you do it that way, and you block. You can block it and then dispute it, and then they'll have to go through LexisNexis to say, hey, but LexisNexis is blocked, so they can't respond. That's one way. But, there's little tricks or whatever. So people typically who fix credit, they can go into that better. I don't have that kind of time. But that's how you get it off.
So what do you think about these new credit? Like, there are some legitimate credit repair companies out there for sure, blacks especially. But what do you think about people who are always trying to recruit for the MLM credit repair company?
Don't do it. I'm going to tell you why. And it's not about the MLM, right? It's about anything you have to pay a monthly retainer for.
That's what
right? So Lexington
whether you making money or
that,
not, you got to.
Yeah, so it's like if I go through Lexington Law, why would they fix my credit? If they fix my credit, I don't pay them their monthly fee anymore. So if you're gonna go to somebody who fixes credit, like, make sure you get a flat fee.
Got you up front.
Even if it's like, okay, a flat fee, I give you half up front.
Got you.
And the other half wants 60% of this is off my credit because now you said you can do it.
Yeah. Bam.
So now if I don't pay you the other half, you just stop.
Got you.
That way at least it's fair barter on both sides.
Got you. Right. But there's no need of paying a company monthly. No.
It makes no sense.
So let me ask this.
That's crazy. I've got
I hear people having this discussion often.
All right.
You got a lot of cash.
Yeah.
You got piss poor credit.
Yeah.
Or you got great credit and you don't have a lot of cash. Which one is a more advantageous position?
Credit.
Okay. Over the cash?
Cash will run out.
You see?
What do you do? Think about it like this.
Talk to me.
Very simple. How much cash we talking? I'm gonna knock this out. I don't care what number it is.
All right. Let's say I got.
$100,000.
Okay.
I think that's not average enough.
Okay. 10,000.
Let's do between 10 to 20.
That's not even enough to have. That's not even enough for me to even consider taking the cash over the credit. Because you got 10 to 20,000. What can you do with it that's going to double that money?
You can invest it. The same thing you're going to do with those credit. The business.
Where? Okay. Who? Because you got to realize. You can't just give cash because now that business has to say where that cash came from. Yeah. And clearly, you don't want to just do that because where did the cash come from? Right. Yeah. So talk about 10 to 20,000. That's such a small number. You can literally have a 7. Give me an 800 credit score. I can literally get 3 credit cards that's unlimited. 3, I know I can, 100%.
But you got to pay that money back.
What's the difference? No, you don't.
No, you got cash.
No, you don't.
Listen,
Right.
no.
I want to hear the no, you don't.
When I say no, you don't, you can still flip it. If you're going to invest anyway, right? All right, cool. Well, I just pull out. So I get a line of credit with my 800 credit score. I got a line of credit for $250,000, right? As long as the investment is paying back more than what I got to pay the bank, just use the profit, the proceeds from that to pay that back. But I'm building my credit with the bank. The bank relationship is the most important relationship you need. Because I don't care. Bankruptcy, you can file 1 million bankruptcies, buy a Ford on Ford credit, right? Get 1 million bankruptcies, go back and apply for a Ford car, they'll still give it to you. Because that internal relationship.
So, hold on. Because what that relationship has to look like. Because I know people who've been with banks for 8, 9, 10, 15, 20, 30 years and still maintaining their credit, got decent, but they not excellent.
Yeah.
Does that matter if you make all your payments, but you still an average person, you'll still get denied. That's why I stopped fucking with these banks.
So what you got to do?
Credit unions.
That's when you have to establish a relationship.
But how does that look?
No, like, okay, cool.
I want a Russell Wilson and Sierra type relationship with the bank.
Like you're the bank manager. Hey, bank manager, this is what I need.
Oh, okay.
So when you start having,
you can know them.
You talking about networking with your bank.
No, but not even that. Like if you make a lot of money and you're a business, you already have a bank advocate for you anyway. You just choose not to go to them.
Gotcha.
So you physically walk, like when I physically walked into my bank, I was Mr. Williams when I walked through that door. They knew who I was. Hey, I need this. Oh, this is the best way to apply for that. So you may not get all of the yeses you want, but they're going to help you get the best way because they understand you.
Got you. Got you.
Okay, that makes sense. So let me ask. All right. So let me ask you this: when it comes to a person wanting to, so let me ask you this. This is what I was going to ask you. Haven't done taxes for so long?
Yeah.
Who have you? Let's talk about real numbers, real money. Beyond all this social media. What type of persons do you see bringing in real money that you see when you're doing on a norm, on a consistent basis?
Like blacks versus whites?
No. Black. I'm talking about blacks. We talking about we only give a damn about blacks.
Okay.
Hold on. Professions, genders, black men or black women, and what do they normally do? Who's really bringing in money consistently?
When you say money, what over what?
So let's say this. Hold on. So let's break it down this way. Who's doing 2 ways? One, who's consistently just doing well, meaning they're doing good. You know, they're making good money. They're stable.
You got to give me what number.
All right. Yeah. So let's say they're bringing in let's say 55 to 60,000. All right. Cool. And then the second number is who's clocking 6 figures on a consistent year in year out basis.
All right, that's a good question. So consistently, 50 to 60, I would say black women. Consistently, black men are deplorable.
Really?
They're embarrassing. Yeah.
What professions are black women?
I don't know, because typically I may look at it, but it's just numbers to me. Right?
Gotcha.
So I know a black woman that works for the Federal Reserve. I know a black woman that works for a dog place. It's just, but typically black women
are doing it.
They're typically single. Whereas couples typically always clear over 100.
Oh, like married couples?
Married couples, always.
Oh, let me
married black couples.
Yeah.
Hold on, I want to hone in on that point.
Let me. I'm gonna write my question down. I got one.
Yeah. So the married black couples always consistently are over 100. I'm not talking about like 106.
Wow.
I mean like 150 and up.
Damn.
Consistently. And but I don't think it's close, man. Black women are killing black men out there.
Really?
Yeah, man. They can. Don't let them lie to you.
Yeah.
Them black dudes ain't got no money. Because when they come to me, it's like, really, this is what you bragging about? And then like they girl.
But you look on their social media.
Right. But then they girl come to me and it's like, bro, you may want to be nicer to her. It's like, bro, she really can buy you and like bankrupt you.
You might want to be humble,
and crush you with her wallet. Like, it's not even close, man.
I love hearing that.
And like more black women.
I love hearing that about black women.
More black women, when I tell you.
But I hate hearing that about my black guys.
I understand. More black women talk to me on a daily basis about their business ideas, how to get money, how to make it work.
Yeah.
More black men talk to me about trying to get the next chick.
Really?
Kid you not. It's so, and I'm like, well, I'm like, all right.
Well, why do you think that is?
Because black men are raised to I hate to say this, for the most part, we are raised to demoralize the black woman. We are raised to bring her down. We are raised to have sex with as many women as you can.
Conquer them.
We're never raised to treat this woman with respect. Yeah. You know, you have to learn that. And then it's like a mental thing, like, wait a minute, hold on, I kind of fucked up with her. You know? Whereas black women are always raised to be strong, be independent. Right? You're raised to, but they're also raised to, you need a husband. Men are not raised to say you need a wife. They're raised to say, get a good girl, treat her right, but you got to fuck these other chicks over here too. So it's kind of like, and black men take it to the extreme, black women take it to the extreme. But black women is on it. They're like, yo, listen, so I want to buy this house. What I got to do?
Got you.
And like,
it's interesting you said that, because a lot of realtors, I remember watching this one realtor interview, black woman, she said, the most clients that she usually has them because the space is black women.
Easy.
And even if they have a boyfriend, it's her that's signing off on it.
Yeah, easy. So and like I was talking to a black woman last night. Yeah. I told her, I said, every time I tell you to do something, you always do it. Like I gave her a laundry list of things to do, and it's done. I tell the black man, listen, you want to be successful in your business, do A, B, and C. 6 months later, it's like, I got my LLC, dog. And it's like, bro, it takes seconds to do that. Yeah, you know, literally, black women hound me. Yeah. And I say, you want something from me? Hound me, because I'm busy.
Oh, that we know that.
Hey,
we all know.
I be trying not to hound you. I had to hit Miko up. I hit him up. I don't want to.
What I tell you got to do?
You as a man, he said it, but I'm like, he friends with you. You know what I'm saying? I can't be like, yo, I'm about to, because I'll be like, I need him, so I'm not about to.
Right.
But then it's that male energy, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's the first time I met him, I ain't about to butt heads with
I got you.
Nigga, I think I need you.
But see, I don't do that, right? Because I understand I'm busy, right? I run like all these businesses, and you know, I never want people to feel like I'm being demeaning to them.
Right.
Even though some people I am, just because I don't like them.
Right.
But even though I don't try not to be that way, right? Because I'm like, black men need more black male role models. I don't want to be that guy like, oh, you got money, so now you're an asshole. Yeah. You know. So,
but that goes into the conversation. This goes in that conversation. Just one little note, and
that's why you wrote it down.
Right. You write your shit down.
Because this is important. I want this to elude us.
All right.
Because we talked with Ty about how important it is. Yeah, the spiritual connection in marriage and the partnership, but that paperwork, and what a lot of black men try to promote, especially in this poly community, that marriage is just a piece of paper. When I say it's powerful, it adds structure to your life.
It does.
That's one of the side benefits I'm talking about. Is this is how critical having that piece of paper is for your life. He just literally said the couples that he see over making 6 foot clearing the other are married black couples.
They are killing it too. It's
okay.
Close.
Question I didn't write down.
All right.
Oftentimes you see this separation of finance within married couples, and I guess it has to do with this. What is your views on the separation? You know, some people got the this is my account, this is your account. Other people got is there a specific way that you would advise from a financial standpoint, or would you?
Yeah, man. At the end of the day, everybody needs a budget. And I listen, man. I will be the number one. You'll see me on a yacht in a heartbeat, right?
That's a fact.
Right.
I'll be on the baby yacht.
Yo, bro. I was on an 84-foot yacht. Like, yo, this is how you live.
Give me about 15.
This is that Jay-Z talk we're talking about.
That Jay-Z talk, right?
That Jay-Z
but
talk.
like, then my girl looking at me like, bro, you know, this ain't the smartest idea. But at the end of the day,
that's the woman that you need by your side.
Miko, why we ain't travel with him? Miko be playing, bro. I be
you know what? I didn't.
No. See, look,
because you know I know James be so busy and always moving. All right, let's go.
Oh, yeah, never come.
Yeah, my bad.
So I mean, I think if you share, you have to have a budget, because every relationship has a spender, has a saver, right? I'm usually the spender in all of mine.
Hold on, say that one more time. I can't tell you what. That's so.
Yeah, which one are you, Miko? Because it's on your heart.
Cause this is my last relationship.
That's the lady from New York.
Look. Boy, I told her I would never publicly bash her.
So she ain't got no name anyway.
She ain't got no name.
Yeah, but boy, like you said, the spender and the saver. I'm the get money dude. I'm the let's be conscious of stacking up. And usually the women that I deal with in that. Shut up, Mark. Usually when I'm in that category, in that relationship, when I'm in a relationship with a woman, because I'm thinking marriage mind, I'm thinking futuristically. It's like, nah, let's chill. But with them, they want to go to 4-star dinners. They want all these gifts. They want this and that and the third.
That's an easy fix.
But hold on, man. I see, and this is where I got to get a pushback.
Because I got pushback.
They are who you establish yourself to them to be.
That's true. Listen, I'm not going to...
My dad told me a woman is never going to be more conscious of your pockets than you are.
True. Man, you will be surprised.
No. Okay. But you say, I am King Kong of this money shit. I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to do that for you.
And I do. I want to provide for you.
Right. But then you want her on the back end to be like, baby, stop.
Because
Maybe not so much.
I have a question. When you do this, so you spend all this money. Because hey, listen, I spoil the shit out of that one.
Oh, I can tell.
Right? Hey, listen.
Look at her. Look at her.
She know it, right? But,
looking like she ain't missed a meal over there or a hair appointment.
That's right. That's right. But the question is, do you write it off on your taxes?
Oh.
Look, he out here. He ain't think about that.
But hold on. Sometimes.
How?
On my dates I do, but in my relationships no. Like when I'm dating, just like I am now.
No.
But my relationships,
you buy a girl a pair of red bottoms. You write it off on your taxes?
Nah.
So you just spent $700. You didn't write off on your taxes. Okay, so what's the point of that? How did that make you money? It didn't. So you lost money. It's not even a depreciable asset. Yeah. It's nothing. So it's not worth what you just paid.
So what you saying is every girl he spend money on, he fly out, he got to put her on the podcast.
No, I don't. This is what you do. No, hey, I like that though. I like that, but it's even better than that, right? So I take my girl shopping, right? Her birthday. I spent, I don't even know how much, right? It was so many Gucci this, Fendi that. But what I did was I created a fashion business first. So now everything I spent, when I go through, I'm like, oh, Neiman Marcus. Okay, this goes to the fashion business. So I write off 50 G's on the fashion business that I spent on her, but it's just a legit write-off.
It's a light work.
Because now it's research for this company that's created.
Facts. Yeah, I'm just looking at the pattern designs. Yeah. But
then like you can really do something with that 2-3 years from now, but you have that history right there.
Right.
So that's what you do. If you're going to spend the money, at least get it back.
I feel
so if the government's giving it back to you, now you don't feel like you lost that money.
Let me ask you real quick. Can I do that with strip club money?
Yes.
Okay.
It's called entertainment.
That's all I need to go. Go ahead, Mark.
Since I'm more mature than him, can I do it with what about house investments? So when I'm investing in building a fence for my house, building a driveway, and just some domestic shit, a garden for my house.
Okay.
Where are we with that?
What you do is you create a home improvement business and write it off on your home improvement. So I want you to remember
this. You have done it again.
I want you to remember this.
You got 12 businesses on $12,000.
Right.
That's a bar, boy.
But the government writes off air.
What?
You was in telecommunications with me. You didn't know that?
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah.
Said
Air. So you have what you call blocks, right? A block, B block, C block, D block, and E block. So that's what all your telecommunications companies, that's how they operate.
Yeah, that's true.
So A block is typically owned by AT&T, right? They the big dogs, right? But so the government sells them A block.
AT&T got it on lot.
Literally, because they own all the fiber too.
They lobbied for it.
So AT&T buys A block in Atlanta for $40 billion. Billion with a B. $40 billion. But they also want A block in Alabama, right? So that's another $40 billion. So the government said, I give it to you for $30 billion a piece. So that's $60 billion, right? So now, but it cost them supposed to be $80 billion. So the government write off the other $20 billion on their taxes in a discount.
Got you.
That's how you do it.
The question that I actually did have typed out is, let me go back to it.
Because after that, we're going to go into the actual business.
So when you are, he's single. I'm not, apparently.
Listen, I want to change that.
His wife going to kick his ass when he get home.
Hell yeah, she is. She is. Whole foot.
It's all up. No, she's going to watch the last episode, not this. So when you filing, what do you say to people who have student? Is there a way around student loans when it comes to taxes? I know if you do it personally, you get your little deduction or whatever. What do you say with people who have? You went to college. You got a master's or what you got? PhD. Yeah. You did well.
400,000.
Did you fund it yourself or
400,000? No,
right.
The government funded it.
So what do you say with people who have business aspirations, but they put that on hold because they think about the amount they got to pay when they talking about student loans, when they talking about things like that?
I would ask them, how does one relate to the other? So because you got student loans, how does that stop your business?
Well, if their desire is to pay off their student loans too.
Well, I mean, if that's your desire.
You was about to say why?
I was.
I got that same mentality. I'd be like,
wait a minute.
What they gonna press me for?
Bro, you know what you got to do? Listen, I ain't gonna tell nobody not to pay the government.
Right.
Defer that shit till you die. What you gonna do? Put it in deferment. It's never gonna affect your credit. is always going to be in deferment. And
it can affect the way you purchase a house, though.
How? Explain.
No. From a layman term, that's really what you was supposed to be like. Nah,
it doesn't.
You can operate around that.
The only thing that affects you buying a house is your actual monthly payments to anything.
And
really,
yeah, that's called. That's how they do your debt to income ratio.
Well, I'll tell you from my instance.
Okay.
So what they did was they said, "Oh, you owe this amount." Let's say I owe, $100,000, $200,000, whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's say I do. I ain't saying I do.
I got you.
But let's say I do.
All right.
They say, okay, if you were in deferment, we gonna take 10% of that.
They're not supposed to. Who'd you go to? What bank you go to?
Damn.
Did you go to a black-owned bank? Saw you to a black-owned bank.
Shout out to Citizens.
I hate to say that, bro.
No.
That's wrong.
No, but it actually happened with any bank I went to and any credit union I went to.
So, no, the way it's supposed to go is, what's your monthly payments? If you're in deferment and you get a letter saying that you're in deferment for, I'll give you an example, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're a teacher, all right, and you could be in deferment for 10 years. After 10 years, they're going to drop that debt automatically.
Dang.
Right? Yeah, after 10 years. So if you're in deferment and you had the letter saying you make enough to be in deferment.
Is that thanks to Obama, by the way?
I think that could have been an Obama.
Yeah, I think that was.
Well, because no, I'm gonna tell you what they told me and how it changed.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. This was still Obama. When I started trying to purchase, it was a little window that I had right before the end. Mm-hmm. And initially it was whatever your reported payment was, then we can operate with that against your debt to income. So if you were in deferment or if they said, oh, it's at a zero, we can operate with that. But then they changed that. When did I try to buy the first place? It was in 2015, maybe? Okay. 15, 16. They was like, nah, now we can't go on that zero payment. We got to, if the payment says zero, we got to go on, if it's income based, it say zero, now we got to go on 10% of your income.
Okay, but you mean go on.
Oh, no, sorry, 10% of your loan payment.
So,
if your student loans are in default.
But what's the loan payment though? Because if you're in deferment, there's no payment. So 10% of what?
Or 10% of the loan amount. I apologize.
Okay, but if the loan amount is $100,000,
right?
10% is $10,000.
Yeah.
What about the $10,000?
Sorry, 1%. I apologize.
So
they'll say $1,000 a month is gonna come off of what we could potentially loan you.
So you want how to get around that?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Right. Yes, sir.
So anything can be around. All you gotta do is raise your taxes. Raise how much you make on your taxes. So I'll give you an example, right? You got to get 25%. Right, so your debt to income ratio got to be 25%. So if they want to play games with we're going to use $1,000 of this, cool. So now I don't make $5,000 a month, I make $8,000 a month. So I still qualify for that house, right?
So if you have if you got a job,
okay.
If you're a normal guy with a job and you open up a business, you just say this is a profit generating business.
That's it. And you run it. You run an LLC, the S corp, and now it's going to come.
And you got to do that for 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
But now,
bomb.
So here's the beauty of it.
Put this in
right?
your plans, bro.
Oh,
you do this for 2 years.
I'm talking to James.
And you still ain't got no payment, right? Now, yes, you will have to pay a little bit more in taxes, but you got the house you want,
right?
And you got a business, so
baby. You hear this, baby?
Now
we own it,
baby, right? Yeah. now you looking for your wife,
baby.
Where you at?
You hit it? Cause she started a business. I started a business, and she doing that right now, and.
Yeah.
And I think she's gonna do another one, but we got to know these things because they don't tell you this. And so it looked like we gonna be like we really be at home like God damn, we got to make sure we got to stick in this starter home a lot longer than we thought because
you don't.
of that.
All you got to honestly, man, people are like, oh, I gotta wait 6 months before I do this. No, you don't. You gotta wait 6 months before you do something. No, you don't. I gotta wait 10 years before I buy a house because I was in bankruptcy. No, you don't.
You know who they listening to? Motherfuckers at work.
It's showing white people. Cause I learned the game when I was in school. I learned the game from white people.
Word. So
yeah, man, we had those conversations like in depth and like they're like, oh yeah, my dad owns like 17 cornfields in Iowa, right? So it's like, yeah, so this is how he does it to keep his money. Damn. And they'll tell you the game. And what black people do is they blame books.
Yeah.
Man, they'll be teaching you that. Oh, that's the white man shit. But
that's
then,
what they do say that.
Like, bro, you live in the white man's world. So if you want to get down, you got to get down. You got to understand what they do. You got to understand you're not expected to make it to a certain level as a black man.
That's a fact.
Once you make it to that level, you have to mentally understand they fucking with you. This is what they going to do. So you might as well do it back. All right, you go into a bank, they tell you no. All right, challenge they no. Why you tell me no? Get it in writing, right? Mm-hmm. After you do that, you can challenge the underwriter. You can challenge the underwriter.
I never.
Absolutely, you challenge yes.
Yeah, look at him. He looking like, damn, I didn't challenge the underwriter that time.
Nigga about that.
Because
they be like, sir, we can only approve you for 50,000.
Right, but then what you do is look at their own guidelines. Your guideline says this is how you do it. Why'd you tell me no? Remember that old adage, the fifth number in a black person's social security number is even. I do taxes. I will say it's pretty common. That fifth number is an even number.
What's the significance of that?
That's how they. Well, it's said that's how they were tracking.
Yeah,
black people by that fifth number. Cool. So what you do is you get a white face, right, and you have the white credit, and you use that for your business credit because it's still a credit file.
Yeah.
So now you take the credit profile, and now it's not gonna show up on his credit. You pay him whatever you pay him. The smartest thing I ever heard was the dude this past Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They got $500,000. You hear about that?
Yeah, I heard about that.
That's
Talking
smart.
about the dude that streak?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant, right? Brilliant.
Got
but
like 300 or something.
Yeah, and he had the decoy with him.
yeah, but he paid his friend. I give you 10 grand.
Yeah,
I'll
bro.
give you 10 grand to go streak.
Yeah,
and he
bro.
got him out of jail. He paid, so you pay 11 grand, but you get all this money over here.
Yep.
Right. So that's what we gotta
Due to the
understand,
bet, bro.
Like, yo,
The dude who sent the dude.
No, I read it.
yeah. So now black people gotta start thinking like that. How can I
Leverage.
monetize and leverage? First of all, you gotta understand what leverage means.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Black people don't even know what leverage means, but boy, I tell you, it be some woke motherfuckers that be broke as shit. I don't understand that.
This is why I had a conversation with Ty yesterday, and we were saying that, and this is why I said I like listening to a good conspiracy because I always try to like look at the logical aspect, but I don't buy into the conspiracy because oftentimes it's always come from a motherfucker who ain't got shit. So if you so woke and so conscious enough to know about the structure of how the white man keeping his heel on it, then how come you haven't been able to maneuver around it enough to financially leverage yourself to benefit from it?
That's it.
Don't tell me you're a fucking waiter or a fucking cook at fucking Applebee's telling me about, oh, this is what the white man did. Bro, I ain't trying to hear that. You know, that's why I want to listen to the black man who went and did it, who challenged the white man on these things and used the white man system against him for his own benefit. Yeah.
Okay.
So let me ask you this. Let's not get into the businesses. Because, again, this is you started off as a RF engineer, all right? Now,
started off as a security guard.
So,
but okay.
Oh, right. Yeah. So start off as security.
Hold on, before we go there, I got one more question in that regard.
Okay.
Married couple, should they file together or separate?
It depends, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
It depends, and if you do file separate, never, ever, 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 ever file married filing separate. It is the biggest trap in the world. Married filing separate takes away all your credits. All of them. Right? So let's say you married with 3 kids, right?
She got to amend that.
Yeah. So let's say you married with 3 kids, right? And let's say, hypothetically, she makes 25 grand and you're self-employed. And you're like, nah, I owe the government some taxes. You file so we can get the refund money, right? You file married filing separate. Notice her refund was really, really low.
Yeah.
But you got 3 kids. It should have been like 10 bands.
Yeah.
But it's like 500 because it takes away all of your credit. She can legally file head of household and you can legally file single. People think because you married, you have to file that way. You don't. Don't let nobody tell you that. The only people who really push that issue are banks. And if you tell the bank, oh, we're separated, they can't tell you weren't. But you do not want to file married filing separate. It takes away all of your credit.
What if one person filed married filing separate, the other one?
If the one files it, you automatically have to file it.
Got you.
So you want to file head of household and single, or split the kids up. Like if you got 4 kids, you do 2, she do 2. Both of you are head of household. Head of household is not determined by the address. It's determined by you claiming somebody.
Get the hell out of here.
Think about it. Like if we were roommates, we got the same address.
Yeah.
You got a kid, I got a kid.
Yeah.
What, we can't, you're not the head of my household.
Yeah.
It's who's the head of your household. So you got 2 kids, it's automatic. If you were to file taxes and you put 2 kids on there, it'll tell you, your filing status is wrong. Because you're supposed to be head of household automatically.
What if you ain't got no kids?
Are you claiming?
And you married?
Claim somebody. I mean, then both of you file single. It's always better to claim somebody because it changes your filing status, which gives you more credit.
Right.
But if you're, I know a couple of married people. The husband has tax issues, the wife doesn't. They file separate. They file single. They both are single. That's how they file. It's a filing status. It's not law. You're not going to be held to that standard by a judge. And Google
Text
it.
her right quick.
For sure, Google it. Do I have to file married filing joint? Do I have to file married filing separate? There's rules to that. There's laws to that.
Baby, get that money back. We about
so let's talk about
how for going somebody else.
That's a fact. That's a fact. You better stay down like I stayed down.
I'm still hitting you up, bro.
But so how did you get into the water business? What did they even come about?
Oh yeah.
You forgot I own water too.
No. I'm saying we
drinking my shit.
We were so deep in it. I was like, how this transition go?
But I got you. And that is James' life. It's like, damn, you went there. Like what caused you to get into products? Then you got we're gonna question on how you let it come talk about the makeup. Yeah. I just know I looked up one day and saw you had your water logo on a NASCAR.
And he seen AT&T selling air. He was like, fuck that. I can do water.
Honestly, yes, I did. So what I did was, my homeboy came to me. He was like, yo, I met this dude through a mutual friend. I was early for my meeting. He was late. He's always late. So he was like, yo, I like you. You smart. Let's talk. So we hooked up at a Panera Bread and was like, yo, I got an idea. We can sell water. I'm like, nigga, that's a dope ass idea. Like, let's go. I said, how much you trying to give? He said 50%. I said, partner. But we had the idea of water, but we didn't have anything tied to it. Mm-hmm. So we started figuring out, let's tie it to a cause. So we had regular alkaline water, we tied it to breast cancer, right? Mm-hmm. Then we realized, man, like, as good as that cause is, you really can only sell water for so much. Mm-hmm. So we were like, yo, we out there, we out in L.A. kicking it with her actually. We out to L.A. and a mutual friend of ours at the time was like, yo, I can get you, well, a friend of mine is doing a hemp show or whatever. I'm like, a marijuana 420 event.
Gotcha.
I said, oh yeah, we got CBD water. Like, so we got CBD water. So she was like, okay, cool. They ordered 5 cases on the spot. We ain't even have a logo, let alone the water. Called my homeboy, same guy. We came up with the hemp products. Then we just start doing hemp water and start moving that. And then we created this one for the hemp product. So then we like, man, this is so good and it looks so good. Yeah, so we just transitioned both of our waters to hemp. So now we have hemp alkaline water. Yeah, you did see us on NASCAR. Yeah. We had 3 NASCARs wrapped, a NASCAR truck wrapped, and a NASCAR trailer wrapped. So we're out here.
And a Superbowl commercial.
Oh, the Superbowl commercial was dope. So for the NASCAR, we go out there, and the white people were like, all these black people walking, and they're so big. And like when I tell you they gave us love, they let me announce Start Your Engines. I was like, bro. So
what NASCAR race was this?
This was God, man, I don't know what.
Because that was in what state was that?
Florida. It was in Florida. I forget how it's so many different levels of series and shit.
Gotcha.
But so we did that, and so now we got the Super Bowl commercial. Yeah. That was something dope. We shut down.
How many stations or regions did the Super Bowl play on?
It was in 6 regions. It was in the borough, of course, all the boroughs in New York City. It was in New Jersey, Connecticut, Buffalo, of course, and Tampa. It was in all of those. And Charlotte. It was in all of those, and we let it run it. Oh, and Vegas. He gave us Vegas too. So it was running nonstop, and then we just got listed on Amazon at the same time. So now they're like, yo, you got hemp water on Amazon. Yeah. So CBS called. So now we're in Tampa on the CBS lot doing an interview with the CBS people.
It was CBS 46, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's right. So we're doing that.
I pay attention.
We shut down Vegas. Vegas gave all the strip. It was just us up and down the strip. It was on CBS in Vegas. We had 1.5 million viewers. Today we are about to close a global deal today to take our water global. So. Nice. Yeah, man.
Just a black boy from Buffalo.
Hey, man,
how many places in Africa gonna have the water, bro?
Africa, it depends on how they pay.
Facts.
Hey, man.
Don't let Africa try to.
Was getting into water a hard thing to penetrate? How hard?
Well, everything is hard if you don't make it a niche market. So what
hold on, that is a business gem. Yeah. I even just preached that in my stories about this is the key difference from businesses. People, blacks who have businesses that profitable, those who don't have businesses that profitable, but they got pretty Apple laptops that they take pictures with.
Right.
They don't niche down. You're not talking to a specific group.
Right.
That's why you can't come off the bat trying to generalize and then wonder why you're not making it. You're not an influencer. You're not making any money. Right. When you come in, you talk to a special. It's like being a rapper, like Jay-Z. He spoke to a specific group of hip hop loyalties, of black men, of black fans, and then backed up the bigger he got.
That's what we did. So this water, the pink water, is breast cancer. The green water is mental health. So the target was breast cancer. Then we backed out to mental health. And as we keep backing out, we also got the NFL alumni that we're talking to too. So as we're backing out, everybody is seeing like, how did this small company? Because we never say black owned. Because if you say black owned, you start to put yourself in a box.
Got you.
So
Got you.
how
Stay
did
in
this?
your niche.
Think about it. We should be an old
You
white.
about to capitalize out this white system?
An old white lady should be running breast cancer, right?
Yeah.
So that's
what you would think.
How would this small company get a Super Bowl commercial, get NASCAR, get everything else that we're doing? And it's like I capitalize on my connections. So that's what we did. So it's like, oh, we in Florida. Hey, let's go put this white girl who is a dope driver on this billboard. Now everybody looking at her like, man. So we took her whole audience and they start looking at us now. So that's what we did.
And the beautiful thing about it is, with James is really, and not only he's dropped accounting jewels, but along the way he's been dropping entrepreneur jewels and jewels for black men just to add to principles to their ambition. He didn't look for nobody to give him a handout.
Sure don't, boy.
You know what I'm saying? Built this from the ground up, own ideas. He utilized network, he utilized connections, and he did the work. I'm glad you said that. You said everything is hard work. Everything. Nothing earned. Nothing earned is without. I forgot the term, but you know what I'm saying. You gotta put in that sweat equity, regardless. But so let me ask you this. So then, how did you shift from selling? First off, was I one of the first ones that bought your water when you first released it?
I believe you were.
Yeah, because people say
was.
You gotta support black-owned business. You gotta support your friends. You know what I'm saying? I didn't ask for no discounts. I didn't even want the water.
He paid for it and donated to somebody.
Yeah,
else.
exactly. Yeah. So it's but you gotta. I trust James' business. I trust him as a friend, and I knew that he was on to something special. Yeah. Now when you made this switch also to the cosmetic line. Yeah. And I didn't understand it at first. I'm gonna be honest. I thought you were just giving your daughter something to do, which I thought was smart. Because I'm like, okay, making a family do. Right, but I didn't.
Oh, you didn't know that?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I thought it was just.
I'm about to say he gonna fuck up again.
No, I thought it was his, because he looked so young. All right, but I thought it was one of his daughter's ventures. Because your daughter was taking some of the photos, or she was at somewhere. I saw some picture with his cosmetic with his daughter, so I thought it was his daughter.
She was. Oh, she was one of the models. Yes, my daughter was one of the
right.
models,
So that's why I thought, and so in sense with that, and then I was like, damn. Well, I went and looked at the consumer reports. Yeah. I saw that black people spent about like 52 million or 52. It was a high number. Yeah. Probably like 53 million, something like that. Mm-hmm. And that was the leading consumer industry in black sales. And how black people spend money. But come to find out, black people are the highest consumers in America. Most people don't know. Mm-hmm. We don't make the most money, but we spend the most money. And where we spend the most is hair and beauty.
And we don't support other black people.
Oh, that's a fact.
Black people.
Yeah,
so
the way our dollar rotates is
that's why we don't
the
promote
lowest.
black owned. Right. So like we just came out with something that the world doesn't have.
That just happens to be black owned.
Happens black owned. So we just came out with fireproof socks. Something crazy, right? Like who the hell?
Yeah, that's definitely. Hey, hit up the cat. I know you.
Who the fuck would need fireproof?
Firefighters
and Department of Defense
contracts.
Exactly. So we have to have a video.
You are thinking, Mom.
No. I can't take credit for it because we were having meetings.
I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman.
Look,
Jay-Z said it.
That's that New York shit.
Yeah, man. Jay-Z. So it's like everything that we do,
bro.
We capitalize and I bring it to the team. So she's my right hand. When I'm in meetings, so in December I lost my voice. I got sick. I got real sick. I lost my voice.
COVID?
No. Oh, it was like viral. Like I shouldn't have ate that shit. So I lost my voice. Right? So I lost my voice. She picking up the phone now. She's answering questions as if she's me.
Damn.
We're in board meetings now. I can walk away.
Can't big up as black woman. Go ahead.
She got because I don't have to worry about if she can handle this. She don't let nobody walk over. No, I got this. This don't make no sense. So
she hold on. What you mean to tell me she's not a black woman out here just spending your money?
No, she helps me get it. She helps me get it. So when we spend it together. But she helps me get it.
Gotcha.
She helps me think about, hey, no, let's not do this. Let's do it this way. All right, cool. So now she just made me $50,000. How would I not buy her a Fendi coat?
Facts.
That I'm gonna write off anyway.
Right.
And she knows I'm gonna write it off.
Right.
Because I made the business for her.
So how did the cosmetic line come up? Oh, okay.
I was at the gym, dog. At Lifetime.
Gotcha.
I was talking to my homeboy.
You always at Lifetime,
right?
Especially back in the day.
Right. So I'm at Lifetime. It's 2 years ago. Like literally 2 days. Right.
Wow.
So our anniversary was 2 days ago.
Oh wow.
So I'm at Lifetime. She comes through to talk to my boy. I see her walk through. I'm like, man, I want to holler at her, but like you said, she looked mad young. I'm like, but she was talking to my boy. That I swear to God, the only reason why I talked to her is because I know he's not a pedophile.
Oh, okay.
But hey, man, look, we all know them pedophile niggas,
that's
man.
A fact. That's a fact.
So
you know, dude that always talk to young ass
right.
girls.
So
like, bro.
I'm like, I talked to her. I'm like, damn, nigga, you only 7 years younger than me.
Damn.
That's it. You in your mid-30s still? Okay, cool, bet. Right. So I'm like,
skin regimen is popping.
Right,
Okay,
right. So he was like, oh, his Jay. Jay was like, yo, I was gonna introduce y'all to because she need help with her business. So I'm like, oh,
this is where it counts being smart.
Right. So now I'm in the gym looking around like, nigga, she is shooting with me in the gym. All right, cool. So I said, what you want? She said cosmetics, but the last person told me I can't do it. I laughed at her and said, nigga, when you want to start? Because at the end of the day, it's easy to come up with an idea.
Yeah.
Once you come up with a niche, man, blitz that shit. So what I did was nobody was taking her seriously because she's not me.
Yeah.
Everybody meet me was like, yo, you Jay, but
yeah.
So what I did was everything I did, I incorporated cosmetics with me.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, with the water, even outside.
NASCAR cosmetics is there. So now the cosmetics is about to get her own deal with the NFL alumni. So it's like, yeah, we got.
Hold on. I want to bring her. Let her sit. And
go
talk
ahead.
Yeah,
She got
we
this.
want to highlight this beautiful young black soul over here.
She got a voice for her own too. She
yeah.
I'm gonna give her a seat. I'm gonna pull a seat up.
Apparently, she's
got
the
her own
brains of the business.
Let's go.
So
youthful face, vibrant.
Yeah,
let's go.
Yeah, speak up to the mind.
You ain't no number 2. You
oh, she smell good too. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Here you go.
Listen.
She smell like cigars now.
You know what? Yeah, let me put this out for you. So let me ask you this. So, I'm good.
So we gotta do the intro first.
I gotta come
I need
around.
your name. What's your name?
Yeah, where you from, and then tell us how your name, where you from, your backstory, and how did you get to 626 Cosmetics?
625
Cosmetics.
So my name is Dominique. I'm from New York, Queens. And
Queens in the building. Hold on, you're a Nicki fan, yes or no?
It don't matter. We ain't here for the shade. Ain't about to burn no bridge.
Who's the best rapper to come out of Queens? 50 Cent? Who?
50, of course.
Okay, there we go. Southside.
Of course.
All right.
But when I moved down to Atlanta, I had went through a real hard transition in my life where I lost my home and on a Tuesday, and then on a Wednesday.
You met James.
No, I wish I did. Oh my gosh, I wish I did met him around that time because I would have kept my house.
Facts.
But and then that Wednesday of the same week, I lost my job.
Damn. So you losing a house and you losing
a
job?
Yes. Then I had a 6-year-old, so he had to stay in New York because there's no way I'm gonna have my son traveling from place to place to place with me.
Yeah, couch surfing.
Yeah. And it was really bad. I'm staying.
Shout out to them air mattresses out there.
Yes, that was my furniture for a while.
He still got one.
Disrespectful.
Straight disrespect. But so I was staying with friend to friend, and then one day, I just said, you know what? Let me chill by myself, and I was staying in my car, and there was in a laundromat, and at that time, also before I say this, my dad was going through heart transplant surgery.
Damn.
So when I say my whole life did this complete 360 like 3 times, it was so hard for me. So when I was going through all of that, I couldn't be able to see him because I didn't have no money to go drive up to New York. Then,
damn, that's tough.
Yeah, it's tough, and I'm a daddy's girl.
Ooh.
All day. So I was going through it.
Yeah, shout out to your pops.
Yeah, and he's good now. He has a heart.
That's a blessing.
Yeah, he's good. And while I was in the parking lot, I said I want to have a business where I can give back because going through what I went through, no one should ever not be able to see their loved one because of a money issue. So I first started the business was more so gravitated to help with the heart disease recovery for my dad. But then, like I said, there was other kids. I've heard stories that went through this. I've known someone else who had her parents go through something like that too. So I said, you know what? I might as well build something that gravitates to help the world out. So some of our proceeds goes to the heart research.
That's Hold on. I just want to ask you real quick. Do you have any friends?
I was about
I do.
I was about to throw the alley
looking at her like,
no,
damn, she be
I was about to
smart.
set the whole thing out. I was gonna wait till the
She
end
beautiful and
and be
smart.
like, look,
And
you
she got- I love her
beautiful, you got your
personality.
head on straight,
Woo.
you got a friend. Hey, we need to know. We need to know the top 2 or 3
so-
that you got for
So
Miko.
hold on.
I
So
have a top.
oh,
They gotta care. They gotta be caring too. And Miko and
yeah, they gotta be soft.
What's your sign?
so,
I'm big about signs.
Uh,
He said single.
This is big S.
Well, my birthday is next week.
Hey,
Oh, happy birthday.
we ready. We ready.
So James, I want a gift.
No, James, he want a yacht. He bougie, bro.
I want.
You know what? I'm gonna bring y'all on a yacht with us next time.
Hey,
yeah, it's fun.
let's
Oh,
go.
oh, that's
I got a
We have
plus
a
one.
photo shoot coming up too on a yacht in the
Ooh.
summertime.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got a
I'm
selfie
sure
shoot.
James will post it.
Of course.
So all right. So how did you actually start the cosmetic line? And what was some of the before meeting James? Some of the challenges that you went through where you felt like people weren't taking you serious?
Some of the challenges. I had no guidance. I had no guidance on where to go, how to start, what to do. So I tried to do a mentoring class.
Wow.
And you would think with a mentoring class, they're going to help you and give you, encourage you and all that stuff like that. So one of the guys, he asked me a question, and he was the top mentor. He said, what do you want to do? I said, I want to have my own cosmetic line.
So hold on, you started the class meaning like what? So you got the mentors together and they reached out to you. Got little boys and girls to come to the class or something like that.
What it was is it was like a mentoring class for business owners.
Oh, got you. Okay, sweet. Okay, yeah, I would think they'd be super supportive.
Yeah.
Of what you're doing. Yeah.
So he asked me, do I know anyone that has a cosmetic line? I was like, no. He said, then how do you expect to have one?
You.
I said, well, that's why I'm here. Like, he said, no, you can't have one. You're better off starting off with, like, clothes or something simple.
Damn.
I was like, so you tell me I can't have a cosmetic line?
Was
That's
he
what
one
you're
of our
telling
people?
me?
Was you one of our people?
No.
Okay.
No, he wasn't.
Okay.
He was one
See?
of the other people.
See.
Because a black man would have supported your dream.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And a black man
A black
did.
man
Hey, you
did.
talking about?
Right, right,
Baby.
right.
Yeah, you talking about?
Right.
He did. So, so when that happened, it was a little discouraging at first because it's like, how could you tell me that I can't have a cosmetic line? After all of I've been through, I said, no, I'm going to have a cosmetic line. I just didn't know how. And then I remember, I think it was a few days later, I met James.
Oh.
And I was in the gym, and I walked, and I saw my friend, like he said, and that's when he started talking. And
Now hold on, was this the friend that was in the friend zone, or the friend that was trying to get out the friend zone?
no, that was the friend that was in the friend.
Okay,
like,
cool. All right.
he was my
'Cause,
homie.
boy,
he
I
was
pray
my
he probably
homie,
kicked
though.
himself in the ass like that.
Right,
Put you on to help her, not to be with her.
Really, the difference was he took no as, okay, I get it. That's the difference.
Right.
So, so that same day I met James, I went to
At
a
Lifetime?
woman.
Oh, okay.
So later on, because that was earlier in the day, so later on I went to a women's event. And
By
we
the way,
had to
Lifetime
write-
is not cheap. I just want y'all to know. So
Oh, yeah, that's
Nice.
if anybody's at
That's at least
Lifetime,
$1,000 a month.
It is.
Boy, so
It's
if you
expensive.
was at Lifetime, you was doing straight up at that point. But go ahead.
But in Lifetime, you meet great people.
Yeah.
that's-
You meet
you
great
have
people
to.
in Lifetime.
Yeah,
I
everybody.
did a 7-day membership, and I met some of the best people. Like that little trial.
Hey, where did Mark go? He was cool, man.
Right. That little trial, I always got to meet him after
Well,
Lifetime.
I used
Like,
that
where y'all
trial
going at?
every address I went through, but I need using that. But
Go ahead.
So I went to a women's event, and that day we were talking about, we did vision boards. What do we want?
Oh,
so
that's-
I wrote my vision board out.
Manifest it.
I was just going with it. And James happened to see it. And from there, he was helping me check off everything. And by, I was like 6 months,
Look,
everything was checked off.
James was like,
And
fuck
that
that.
vision board was a post.
Word.
Yeah, it was huge. And I went to full detail on exactly what I
Shout
wanted.
out to both of y'all. Actually.
Yeah, man.
Sometimes it's your positioning, man,
Yeah.
and we overestimate. We think that we can do it on our own.
Exactly.
We think that we think about it and we manifest it, and then this hurt that we got sometimes just keeps us hardened to outsiders. And then what you really need to do is embrace people and be open to them. And if you show your goodness and you got a certain amount of discernment, it wasn't the initial guy, you know, and I don't know him at all, but it was what the people he knew.
Yeah,
and,
what
and
her
his
mentors in her
Exactly.
mentorship group.
Yes.
Well,
and
no,
the
fuck
funny
them.
thing, the funny thing before even
I
going
just wanted to
see,
tell you, if I was there, I would have helped you.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
He trying to
make
he's
sure you
sucking
tell
up to your
your
friends now.
Make sure you tell
He
your
like
friends.
look, he Euro
Tell your-
stepping now. He,
I know it's your girl, but I'm just saying, you know,
he got
it's
all the-
hard.
I'm gonna tell you what he gonna do. I'm gonna tell you what he gonna do with your
Jesus.
friends. He gonna ask them, hey, what is it that you want to do in life? And then he gonna go to James, get James advice, and then he gonna give it to them. He gonna come with the same story. Miko, you need to put a woman on your vision board, and then holler at James. We got the whole plan. Let's go. Let's go.
but so what was it? So first off, what is it that differentiates? I'm really shocked that they told you as a black woman who buys cosmetic, they see that you buy. Why wouldn't you start a makeup? But anyway,
Because these wasn't black people. They didn't understand
that's
Yeah.
true. Cultural.
any of this.
So what is it that differentiates your line from the lines that are out there?
What differentiates my line is it's vegan.
Oh.
We give back. It's all natural. It's great for sensitive skin.
And it got hemp in it.
Not yet.
Okay, we working.
Not yet.
He's
But,
an addict. You gotta ask him.
When y'all gonna get this hemp? What is that? Noxema?
Look at him
I mean, not
back his
Noxema.
nose. Go
What
ahead.
that stuff they put under your nose? They tell you to get it when you sick. No. You know when you. No, you young and you sick. They tell you to Vicks. Y'all gonna get that
Vicks.
hemp Vicks? I got it. Look, we about to have. Look, we about to have a think tank right now. That
Bro,
hemp
that shit was
Vicks.
strong.
Let's go. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yes. But so yeah, also it has beeswax in there, and it has great products that just benefits the skin.
Okay.
Okay, and so and let me ask you this, because this happens all the time too. I want to know, how did you and James differentiate business advisor to relationship interest, romantic interest? How did that balance work out
We
initially?
get asked that question a lot. It's
Because there's a lot of girls out here that are aspiring to have sugar daddies, and there's a lot of girls out here who get tired, who are kind of scared to do business with men because they're afraid that he gonna try and holler this and that and the third.
True.
Right. Oh, yeah, he's definitely
True.
will.
Don't.
But how? So how did that manifest between y'all two?
It was a challenge at first because we were bringing work home because we didn't have an office at that time. So work was always coming home, and then it was never really us. It was always, babe, what you think about this? What you think about? It was never, you know what? Let me just stop working and let's focus on this.
So were you Bay first, or were you?
I was always bad. Okay.
Right.
When
So
he
he ain't
first
even
saw
come through the
me.
back door. He came straight ahead like.
I was
See,
always
that's
bad. He
that
know
New York
better.
shit. He ain't about to beat around no bush.
I was always bad. But
So just Bay.
but once we got the office, it was easier for us to separate business and us because we now at home it's literally just us. Now it's tax time for him.
Right.
So I understand. I let that, you know, I get it.
Yeah.
That's the money. Okay?
Facts.
But yeah, we just enjoy each other's company, and it's not easy. You're around the same person,
Right.
majority.
So you've been doing this
time.
pre-COVID. I got you.
I want to definitely get more into this business because I don't want people to, you know, we watch. There's women who do a lot of interviews, especially attractive black women who do interviews, and a lot, you know, hosts always digging kind of the personal, romantic side of it. But I really want to dig into the business acumen and highlight that because black women are, you know, just as cerebral as white men. You know what I'm saying? Even. And what is it that the business line I guess let me ask you this: when you're selling and marketing to women, what are some of the ways that this Cosmetic 625? What are some of those ways that it helps those women achieve those beauty goals that they want? And what's your target niche of women that you focus on?
The achieve the beauty goal, because I am a makeup artist as well as I have my cosmetology license.
Oh, okay.
So I've studied.
You would all
I
love it.
went through yes. So I had to know what makeup was best or what's the latest trend. So with
Talk
my
about. She said
lipstick-
she studied.
Yes.
She put in that homework.
Yes.
That's important because a lot of girls, think that they can just jump into things off rip without knowing anything about it. So you know, okay.
It's certain techniques you have to learn in school that then once you know it, you can finesse it and put your own little, your own twang on it.
Yeah.
So that's what I did with 625. I wanted to put my own little twang on it. I didn't want for 625 to be like the regular makeup company. I want for it to be a bold statement because the colors that we have are bold. It's for makeup artists, but it's for anyone who want to wear makeup.
Right.
That's just what it is.
Gotcha.
But when you wear 625, I don't want for you to feel like I have to use this particular product for this particular reason. No, get artistic. You want to use the lipstick for an eyeshadow, go ahead. It's no rule book to 625.
Like, there's that lipstick on your eyeshadow? What the hell going on?
I just want to throw the whole rule book out and just have fun with cosmetics. And that's what it was about, is just being creative.
And
So-
how are women responding to it?
They love it. I mean, what sold me was after us going through the correct colors that we wanted, it was the pigment in it. It was the matte finish in it. It was the gloss that was in it. Now glosses smells like, someone told me it smelled like what she say, vanilla cupcakes. So
You smell good right now. I don't know if it's the money.
Thank you.
James, I'm not
Hurry up and get him a
shooting myself.
friend.
I'm just
Can
saying.
you please?
Boy,
Right.
it is
Jay, you act like you
warm
stepped out
over
the
here.
piss.
I'm just saying.
I can see him in the frame.
I am sorry. It is warm.
Look, it's weird because right between y'all two shoulders is you. He letting her know the charisma he got for them friends. There we go.
Well, go ahead, Mark. You was going to ask?
Well, I wanted to ask, so, and this happens often. Most people think that this is something they can do by themselves. Not even just a you and James thing. What does your team look like?
Ooh, our team is strong. We have great assistants, and we both needed our own assistant, but now they both merge into like one beautiful assistant. They're just amazing. They work hand in hand with each other. And then we have our other business partners that handle the phone calls.
Okay.
We have someone else that handles the marketing.
Gotcha.
We have someone else that handles all the extra stuff, the commercials, and we have our personal stylists that handle our clothes on behind the scenes or on the scenes. So our team is strong.
Yeah.
Everyone has a valid value place in the company.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we always talk about mentoring and things like that. Your mentor, or the initial mentor, shot you down.
Shot me down, yes.
So where's your place in mentoring now, and also for people who do have aspirations, and most of us don't have any type of support system.
True.
What do you say to people who do have aspirations, no matter how outlandish common people who don't understand that space might feel about it?
Don't ever listen to a no. You're going to hear probably 20 no's before you get that yes. So it doesn't matter. It's like, as long as you have your dream, follow your dream. You have that for a reason. Go for it. I had this dream for the longest to have my own cosmetics. And all of this, I meant to tell you that before, I didn't mention that. All of that, going through the eviction and all that stuff like that, happened around my birthday, which is why it's called 625.
Got you. Y'all with the numbers, I see.
Yeah.
There's some Illuminati shit going on.
So follow your dreams. Never give up, because if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. It's not going to be easy. I'm going to tell you that now. It's plenty of times I say, did I want to do makeup, or should I have just stuck with apparel? But it's a challenge. It's hard. Having your own anything is always going to be hard. It's going to be a struggle, but it's worth it in the end once you continue going.
And you're more fresh on, and you have a great mentor and companion. You're more fresh on it. What's some of the hardest things about the startup process that you can say, being as fresh as you are, even with the assistance of James?
The startup, actually. It's the hardest part, getting your name out there, overcoming speaking.
Oh, fear of speaking.
Yes.
Fear of
That's
public
one of the.
speaking.
That's
That's the number one fear.
Yes.
Yeah.
What else was it? Just having the fear of thinking, will this actually blow? Will it? What would I do after that?
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. And even like having because you got a son, right? Okay. So even, is that something that you plan? Like, is entrepreneurship something that you want to install in him? And how is it even being a mother starting a business and running a business and making the money and things like that while managing motherhood.
It's not easy. It's not easy because you're gonna have to realize some days you're gonna pull away from your child because dang, I got this newborn of a business right here.
Right.
I have to make it so that way I know he's good.
Right.
So I can be able to help him with a business of his own.
Absolutely.
Regardless what it is. I asked my son if he ever wanted a business. And he was like,
How old
he's
is he
at
now?
that age where, he's 10.
Definitely at that age.
So he's into all the gamings and stuff like that. But I do want to have a business for him. But it was, and I just actually, it was funny that you asked that question. I went through that last night. I was like, am I good enough, Mom? But
I feel like a lot of moms, especially in business, who are hustling and busting and making things happen, always question themselves on that.
Because I was brought up, well, my parents, they didn't have much. So my dad was always more around because my mom always worked late because she had to, and they divorced, so separate homes. So it was, shut up. It was, I always had a parent close, and I always said, Mom, you was never there, and you was never there. But I didn't see it now, growing up being a parent. I see she was there.
Right.
It was the finances that was there. Even though my dad worked, his job required him to work less than my mom.
Gotcha.
But she was always there.
Gotcha.
She was still there. So it was, now I see my son, I'm like, dang, that's what my mom was doing.
Gotcha.
So.
And that's the hope that we have. We hope as parents that over time the work that we're doing is given to our kids and they can have that perspective of understanding.
Yes.
No matter if you are hourly worker, salary worker, entrepreneur, you feel like you make those sacrifices because you know what the other side was. You know what poverty was. You know what homelessness is. And what you end up doing is you got to figure out what the balance and trade-off.
Yes.
And oftentimes it's effective communication. And they might not understand it. My son's 7. He don't understand. But what he starts to, and the pandemic actually helped me. But what for most people, you just gotta be patient. Kids understand more than what we think. We just gotta communicate that.
And I want to ask you.
I agree with that.
I want to ask you this because we talked about this a little bit with Ty, but I want to know from the woman's perspective, and we talk about it with you, Mark. Well, we've already they when they said how they deal with the other parent co-parenting. They said they dealt with it in a way where, like, they haven't had any real issues because they've always felt that it's best that there's peace than more than just being right about something. So how is it even do you manage to have some type of, level co-parenting relationship, with your child's father? How do you do that? Now by that look, it's like it's still in the process.
She about to exit. She about to leave. No further questions.
Well, how do you manage that? Like, how do they get understanding that? Look, I'm trying to build a business here. You know what I'm saying? Like, how for you? Because there's women out there who's dealing with that.
About to pull you back up in a second.
That woman,
It's
Or what would you give advice to women who have child's father out there and they're trying to do a business, but they dealing with him at the same time?
It's
she wanted
hard.
to keep it business, bro. You just
shut up, Mark.
It's hard because when you separated and that other person can't accept the level of success that you're on, the way that they act is different, which requires them to act out. And to have to be the moneymaker out of those two,
right.
It's, especially being a woman, it crushes the father's ego. The pride. So it's challenging. It was hard, but it took a lot of just ignoring the situation, being a bigger person, trying to just say, you know what, you're right. You got it. Let it go. It's not easy. And then that one is a New Yorker, too. So.
And do you have it, and last question, do you have a makeup line and you have friends? How do you keep it to where it's like, look, I know I got a makeup line. I know we all wear makeup, but that doesn't mean you get shit for free or discounts.
Please, no, you could get a discount.
I was about to say, we got to chill with this stigma about discounts. It ain't a black thing.
And it's not a big discount, you know. But, because at the end, I'm a startup. I'm not that, you know, I'm a startup. Yeah. So, that product costs a lot for me to get. The printing, the labeling, that's a lot. So, just because we cool don't mean that at the end of the day, you should be wanting to support me as your friend because you should be buying my makeup instead of someone else. So you're going to sit there and buy money on all these other ones. Why not just spend it with your homie? So if you want to sit there and get a discount, but you don't get a discount from anybody else.
Right. You got it, girl.
All right. Well, Dominique, right?
Yes.
All right, Dominique, we appreciate you for coming on. We're gonna do a swap real quick. Get James back with one more.
And hold on before you leave.
How can people reach you and reach the line and
okay.
buy from the line?
Love it. So you
don't try to shoot your shot, fellas. She is gone. That game is wrapped up. It's a wrap. No, and y'all can't meet her at Lifetime Fitness no more. Ain't none of that going on.
So shut up. You could go to 625cosmetics with a K.com, or if you want to go on my IG, and it's 625cosmetics with a K as well.
And hold on, so we touched on it, but I need you to go in depth, not too far. You got a few single friends. How many is a few, Miko? How many? I got a few single friends too. What's up?
Nah, listen, we'll talk offline about that, okay?
Okay.
Nah, they proud.
But we're going to do the swap. Come on, James, get back up there.
Thank
you.
Right,
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Jesus Christ.
I appreciate that.
Oh, man.
Kame, we back.
Let me get
man.
my space again.
He did. He was dying close to it, wasn't he? It was almost touching hands.
I had to make sure. I kept the spatial boundary. I can still see your head in the middle.
Hey, man. I get it, man. I get it. I totally get it, man. I'm not even mad at it. I get it.
Miko, that your 6-foot presence ain't got nothing on that yacht.
Man, look, I'm 6'2" in my head though.
Hey, you New York. You really about 7 footer.
Right. There you go.
Right. So, James, let me ask you, real talk.
All right, bro.
How many times has Dominique baby dad swung on you? Be honest. How many times he swung on you? Because I'd be like, oh, hell no. Nah. Ain't you shining with
y'all having a Tim v. Tim war.
The battle of the
you know what's funny, man? So I've never spoken to him.
Yeah.
So when they have their issues or whatever, I don't get involved, right?
Smart.
So
we just talked about that.
You swing on me is more so. He never did,
right.
if he were to swing on me, it's more.
Yeah, you're right. I get you.
From a place of hate, but it's we never got to that point.
Right.
Now I will say I'm sure he feels some kind of way because now it's like they get into it and now it's like, hey. You wouldn't be this if it wasn't for him.
Right.
Yeah, nigga, you still ain't this. So it's kind of like.
Hey, well, let me ask you, because you got it with your ex-wife. How does she, and how have you even managed that co-parenting relationship? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Especially that you got a beautiful new situation. How and still the business. Yeah. How is it managing that situation?
Hold on 1 second. Are all your kids grown or?
Yeah, my youngest is 19. Yeah.
Okay. She just had the
no, that's the twins. I mean, the middle one had the twins.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
so lockdown. I got you.
Yeah, I never had no issues with my ex-wife. It was never like that, man. It was more like, you respect me, I respect you, because I'll take it all the way there if I have to.
I understand.
But it was never a disrespectful thing.
Okay.
It was more like, hey, this is Dominique.
Right.
People. I get that question a lot. Like, how does she feel about it?
Yeah.
I don't know. She's not gonna tell me. she may be hurt. For all I know, she's never gonna come up to me and say, you know what, I kind of messed up. So I can only take it that she cool.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they get along great. No issues.
Okay, that's and your daughters, y'all get along.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out because the second guy we had on, we talked about this. What? Really ain't had nobody with the baby mama issues.
I don't have that.
Yeah, you know what I'm starting to find.
It's real. We got a narrative, but the dismission of the narrative is when you peaceful, it's quiet.
Yeah, at the end of the day, that's your respect.
Yeah, we used to conflict, but we don't realize how common the calm is.
And actually, even if we conflict now, it's more like hey, you are whatever, right? But it's never beyond the it's still in the respect. I can say you're stupid because you did X, Y, and Z, but it'll never be crazy, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It would never be nothing like that. It would never be no disrespect. And she can come at me and disagree with me. I'm cool with that. Right. But we may argue, get off the phone, call her back 6 hours later, like, hey, wait, daughter need this, grandkids need that. Oh yeah, I'm a grandfather, so grandkids need that, and just keep it moving.
So, because I'm seeing the common denominator as because there's a lot of men out who are going to watch this who, got kids and co-parenting. I'm seeing the common denominator of creating that peace in that co-parent relationship, especially on the men's side, is respect.
Yeah, always.
I'm seeing that the ones who don't have the drama is because they're making sure they're extending that olive branch of respect and keeping it within, even when things get heated or whatever, always keeping it within respect. Because it seems like you have less consequences.
You know what's funny?
Go ahead.
I know, first of all, I'm glad anybody who don't have like a baby mama situation. Yeah. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. But I know Miko is very ego driven. So when he say respect, it's very easy to disrespect him. And when you disrespect him, that's it. It is. So I be thinking, like, Miko has definitely said things to me like, I wouldn't have it. And I be like, you don't understand, bro. Right. You don't understand what I wouldn't have it today mean for you a month from now or 2 months from now.
Change your mind.
And people hold on to that hurt, bro. Yeah. And I know from a parenting aspect, I know what my son can hold on to, but I also know what his mom can hold on to, and I understand leverage too. Yeah. And for me, it's like, all right, let me operate smart. I know what my goals are with my son and wanting him to live with me eventually. Is this gonna be is this gonna put me close to that or further away? And you oftentimes got to be like, this ain't even that fight. I'm be honest. I probably do that more with my son, mom, than I do that with my wife.
I can see that. So like, because my ex-wife, she left, so I was a single dad with 3 girls. So I get it, man. It's many a day.
You took great care of them girls.
He said 3 girls.
You took great care.
3 girls.
So 11, 13, and 15 at the time.
It's
the 3 girls for me. What this shit?
Hard.
Right.
I had my sister at 14, 15. That was too much for me.
That's just one.
You're right. Right. I couldn't imagine.
Rebellion is heavy as teenage girls, boy. Oh, my God.
And I ain't even have that type of situation. My sister, for the most part, was cool. I couldn't imagine, brother. I couldn't imagine.
You got to deal with boyfriends.
Ooh, how is that? Because I always thought as a father, like, I know how I was with girls growing up, especially.
And I was with girls.
Yeah. Right. And so it's like,
it was different. You had the money to make women feel a certain way. Right. Outside of that $6 an hour. That
right.
I was 18 years old. Right. When I turned 19, though.
Well, how is it like dealing with raising girls to grown women and seeing them grow and developing their own type of women, even though y'all growing up in the same household? Like, how has that been for you?
So it's different because like my daughters are so different. But I think they put unrealistic expectations on men.
Because of you.
Because of me. So my 19-year-old, right? She got a boyfriend. He's a good dude, right? But boy, she be putting him through it. Like, you know what? My daddy would buy me a Porsche. Why aren't you buying me one? I'm like, yo, she's 19. I don't care, Dad. I mean, when you were 19, you were don't do that to him.
How would you feel if they came home with older men?
Nah. That's not going. Because at the end of the day,
so ain't no Marcus Houston going on.
No, I'm out. No, because hell no. Because at the end of the day,
all people,
older men manipulate young girls.
Absolutely.
Period. Talk to them. That is the truth.
If you're manipulating a young girl, it's different. It's different when you got a man in the house that you come home to, because they know, all right, man, it can't be like old. It's like a 25-year-old. Say, I think my middle daughter is dating. I think he's like 27, but they're at the same maturity level.
Right.
They're still playing video games together. But if he was like 47, nah, dog. Nah, because now it's an issue with you. So it's different when you bring it home to daddy and daddy's there. Yeah. Because you got to have that conversation.
I got a serious question for you, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to know. With you having 3 daughters, they probably even ask amongst themselves, who's your favorite?
so it's funny, right? It's funny, right? They always be asking me, right? So my youngest daughter, I probably gravitate.
That's your baby. That's the baby.
Because she's the baby, right? So I always say it. Hey, she gets away with everything because she's the baby.
She probably just like you more than everybody else.
Yeah. But my oldest, she runs the business with me. But her personality, her attitude, like, why you got an attitude with everything? My middle daughter don't take nothing seriously. Bro,
She is late.
how you got 2 kids and you take nothing seriously? Like, Dad, you tripping. You overreacting. Swear to God, a couple days ago, this fool fell asleep with her candle lit. Fire detectors going off. Smoke alarm going off.
Yeah.
Her and the baby laying across the bed. I'm like, yo, you almost burned the house down. She was like, oh, my bad, bro. Like, that's what she does. That's how she is. So they all special in their own right. Mentally special in their own right.
Yeah. I got a son. Give me one daughter, and we did. I'm fine with that.
See, so I got the method to kids, right?
What's that?
Once they grown, or you had it earlier?
No, kids. Here, for one is population control.
Okay.
Extend abortion laws until they're 18. So when they 10 and 11, you know they're going to be fucked up. I could be able to kill them without going to jail. That's number one. Number two, every guy wants a little girl, right?
Yeah.
Until they're 10.
Oh, okay.
That's it. So at 10, if you can swap them out, hey, you take the little girl, I take the little boy. Now we done fixed the problem of kids. Because no dad wants a teenage girl.
I can see that.
I promise you.
I believe that.
I wanted. I don't want a little
are...
boy. I want. I don't. My son's cool now. He's 7. Mm-hmm. Me carrying him around, and I'll be like, "Why you ain't grown yet?"
Yeah, but little girls, you got to do that. But
I'm okay with the.
Swap them out.
It's the inverse actually.
Yeah,
now that my son's 7, I like him. He's cool.
Yeah.
I want the girl probably up until 7.
Right.
And then we can switch. We can switch that
swap
out.
them out.
Yeah.
Because our little girl, she's so cute.
We can do an exchange program.
Hey, I say, listen. I say this. The most insulting thing to a man is to say you have a cute little girl. That's the most insulting thing to a man.
From a woman or from another man?
From out
That's why I
that means they're gonna grow up to be a bad shit. You do not want no baddie.
Stick with a little ugly one.
Man, can you fighting dudes off left and right?
Bro,
oh my God!
Like I saw my homeboy.
You fighting grown men off her
like my homeboy. He got a little girl. His little girl's beautiful.
Yeah.
She got the curly
he
hair.
just said it afterwards.
She got the curly hair. She like 7. I'm like, bro, I feel sorry for you, man. Cause you gonna catch it, bro. He's like 6'9".
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's 6'9".
That's intimidating.
But it's right. But his girl's like 5'4".
Oh.
So I'm saying she's gonna be 5'7" long.
Yeah.
Oh, bro. And he was an athlete. Oh, good luck. Good luck. Bro.
Oh,
you
that's
got that.
all of that's coming back.
Yeah.
So all right. So we gotta wrap this up. This has been too beautiful. So we always try to end our podcast with a lesson to black men, black guys out there listening, and black goddesses as well. What is it? So what is it overall in general? You got that. What business advice overall we want to give black guys out there going, trying to either start something up and that just don't have a profitable business. They went and got the LLC 6 months later, and but it's still just it's nothing at this point, but just something that they help alleviate their personal tax burden.
Right.
They'll have nothing going.
Right.
What is some we just sum it up, some advice, key advice that can get them start making money tomorrow that you would give them?
I would say you can't give up, and you got to be serious about it. The problem is when people create businesses, that's the level of their
investment.
Yeah, and it's like everybody want to get rich overnight, but nobody want to put the work in. If you're not willing to put the work in, person like me, I can see you, I can congratulate you. I will never put $1 more in than you're putting in yourself. So people come to me all the time, hey man, can you invest in my business? What do you do? And it's kind of the same businesses. Okay, cool. How can I benefit? Oh man, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. We can do this and we can do but what have you done? Oh, I ain't got no money.
Bro, you better support them t-shirt businesses.
Hey man, there's only so many t-shirt businesses I can support. Because like my thing is, okay, you want an investor, okay, so how much do you want? Right. The biggest thing I'll tell you right now that black people need to understand is understand how your company is valued. Everybody want to give away percentages of their company. Hey, give me 10 grand, I give you 25%. So how did you come up with that valuation? What's the valuation? 10 grand for 25%. Like you figure that out somehow.
Right.
How do you figure out how much? You have to know how much your company is worth before you give away percentages of it, and you have to make sure you're giving it to the right people. Everybody ain't worth percentage.
Right.
Just because he your homeboy, y'all grew up together, don't mean he business savvy. And I promise you, and I've seen too many businesses given away like that, and it's like, well, why did you give it to him?
Right. I see that too, especially with a lot of tech startup businesses. They always say they think it's the hype to say, oh, I got these investors. But if your investors aren't educated about what it is that you do or the field or industry that you're in, you know, it's nothing. That's money that's just about to be thrown away, wasted. And on top of that, they got a percentage of the company. Correct. So if your company blows in any way, they got a percentage of the money and not even responsible for the percentage of the success.
That's right. So what you got to understand is when you get investment money, you got to understand what are you getting. So are you getting debt? Are you giving them equity? Is it an angel investor, or is he a silent partner, or does he want a seat on your board? All that stuff matters, man. A seat on your board is huge. I mean, he makes critical decisions for the direction of your company. And if he's not in line with you, it's terrible. And if you ever give away equity, and the people you're giving away equity to, even from a sweat equity standpoint, if they're not aligned with you, you can be outvoted from your own company. You don't want to be Steve Jobs. Everybody forget that Steve Jobs was voted out of Apple.
That's a fact.
And he only came back after he created Pixar and sold it, and they realized that Apple sucked. Wow. There wasn't nobody using them Macintosh computers.
That's a fact.
So then, 2000, he came back, created the iPod. Now it's Apple that we know today. Oh, Apple, Apple, Apple. Well, nobody checking for that shit before 2000.
That's a fact.
Right.
So.
All right. So, all right, Jay. So tell people how they can reach you, what they can reach you for. Tell them about, you know, the whole, how they can buy, etc.
I promote everything through my water, right? I do not promote my taxes. So if you got a tax question, you can hit me up. It's cool. I don't promote. But the water.
Dancers and adult entertainment women. You go through me. I'm the liaison for the tax the tax advice.
Go through him. My water, we have two of them. We have Fortress water and we have Oasis water.
Okay.
So Fortress is for breast cancer. You can follow us at Drink Fortress on Instagram, and we are on Amazon. Understand, it is hemp water. It is a premium product. It is not cheap. All right? So understand, we are black owned, but we don't promote black owned. We are a company that is getting it. Oasis will be on, it's a green, it's for mental health. It is Drink Oasis on Instagram, but it's Drink Oasis with an 8, not an A. So OASIS. And we
gotcha,
that
Oasis.
that supports mental health. That's for mental health.
But what does the name Oasis stand for?
Nothing.
I love that.
Cool always trying to find something deep.
Yeah,
I'll fuck with that. Go ahead. I'll fuck with it.
Yeah, but Drink Oasis, Drink Oasis will be on Amazon probably next month.
Okay.
As well as 625. They're being listed right now.
Gotcha.
So 625 and Oasis will be on Amazon. Fortress is on Amazon right now.
Amazon Prime, we can get it tomorrow.
Amazon Prime, you get it tomorrow. Yeah, man.
And I love the fact that it's this, because I remember how when they first came out, etc. You know, as the company's grown, you definitely made modifications to the bottle.
Had to. That shit was ugly.
But it's important and critical that aspiring business owners and business owners who are not making a profit yet to know that you got to just start.
Got to start.
You know, it ain't going to always start off how it's going to end off. But it's never going to get to that ending point if you don't just start with exactly what you have. It don't always got to be the most best looking bottle on the market or this and that. Right.
Black people no one believes what we're doing. You got to have a product to make people believe it. You got to have a product. So we had a product, and that bottle was like, but we had a product. You couldn't deny it. Now we're on shelves, and people are like, oh, that shit stand out. Hey, these look like the Delta colors or AK colors or whatever it is. So, you know, yeah. So.
AKA, don't ever disrespect them Deltas.
I know, boy. I almost got jumped through the radio.
Boy.
I apologize.
Boy.
See, that's what happened when you don't go to college. Oh, my bad. You did.
I got a PhD, bro.
He didn't go to HBCU.
I didn't go to HBCU.
That don't mean nothing. I ain't go to nothing. I know all the colors.
Let's go. Anyway, all right. So this has been Black Men Cigars. It's been beautiful. James, appreciate you having me. Dominique, it's been an absolute pleasure.
He's still hitting
on his mic off, bro.
I just want her friends to know I'm nice. That's all.
No, you want her friends to know that you flirting.
I'm right here, dog.
You want your friends to know what type of flirt he is.
This is good payback.
All right. Fair Coach here, Demecos. Y'all know y'all can reach me on IG at Fearless Black Man. You can also reach me on Facebook, Demecos Chambers, or just type Fair Coach in Google. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna pop up. And then
he big like that.
And what about you, Mark? How can people get at you?
Y'all can just find me on Black Men and Cigars podcast. Y'all can find me on IG, bensocial.distancing. Y'all can follow us also on Facebook with Black Men and Cigars podcast, and also I am on Facebook, Mark Anthony. Yep. Good luck.
Black Men and Cigars on YouTube. We want y'all to subscribe. We're trying to get our numbers up, so go subscribe to our YouTube channel, Black Men and Cigars. and you can find all the rest of our links from there. All right, so we out here.
All right.